Everybody, and welcome as we get underway for the next session here for entertaining 4 hours. Let's see what the drivers have to offer though with the green light on, and they will head out onto the circuit. We're just getting set back up because they've changed over in between the two sessions to a new timing page. So we'll get going and then we'll all be set to go green. Okay, let's fade over then and rejoin what was happening from the next lot of filler content as well. Formula 3 arrives at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, here in Spain. And we're all set for what is going to be a fantastic race. Here's the story so far.
2024 FIA Formula 3 season. It will also set the grid for the 100th Formula 3 race, with that drivers desperate to get themselves on the front of the grid for the feature race. Some gambling to try and push the limits around this Barcelona circuit. A circuit that tests the limits of the drivers and the cars, but the man who got there first in the times, Christian Mansell, to take his first pole position in Formula 3.
Mansell starts on pole position. It's going to be a very fascinating race. Good morning, welcome to you all here ahead of this, what is going to be, frankly, quite exciting Formula 3 race. And we're all going to get a great start as well. Alongside me in the commentary box, once again, is Omi. Good morning, Omi. Well, here we go then. Time to start Formula 3 at one of the great circuits to race at. Barcelona always gives us an exciting challenge in this category. Good morning to you.
Yep, good morning, JB. Good morning, everyone. As tomorrow we're going to hold our 100th here as
and it's done
everyone had between the leaders in front.
So it's done its usual where it's not connected up to the Discord power. So at the moment, let's pass over to the world feed while I try and fix it.
Is today as the season begins to move into its middle phase.
Yep, Santiago Ramos not due to start on pole, but we had a penalty for Sebastian Montoya. But it's Santiago Ramos who will lead us away for the second time, albeit this time in a sprint race. His trident teammate, Sami Megatunov, looking for his second win. Home hero, Mari Boyer, will start on row 2. Alongside him, Alex Dunn looking to become the first Irish driver on a podium. Then Lawrence Van Hoopen looking to his...
Now we've lost commentary from them.
In just behind as we complete the 4th row. Rounding out the top 10, we have Luke Browning, a winner so far this season, as is Nicholas Solov, who...
We're waiting because we've got TV pictures back, so
Mansell will be on pole position for the 100th race. Noel Leon has been on the podium this season, however he is going to be on row 7 for both races, as is championship protagonist Dino Beganovic, Prema Racing driver Gabriele Mini, and championship protagonist Gabriele Mini on row 8. Tim Tramnitz and Red Bull Jr. will be on 16th place. Callum Voisin is going to be on row 9. He's making his debut here, as is his JBMotorsports teammate Joseph Loke. Kian Shields, the personal best for him, he's on row 10 with Nikita Bedrin. Matthias Zagazetto returns to the championship after having appendicitis. He's on row 11 with Charlie Wirtz. Tisanopo Intra Puvazak matches his best qualifying. He is alongside Sophia Flörsch. 24th place. Max Esterson, 25th. Then we have Kasper Stuka starting in 26th, making his debut at this circuit. Sebastian Montoya got his lap time deleted, dropping out of the top 12 where he would have been for the first time, down at 27th place. Josh Dufek, 28th. Tommy Smith goes off 29th place, rounding out the field, Piotr Wisniewski.
So it's all looking good then, and our timing screens have finally kicked in, which is brilliant news, which means I can properly introduce Omi as well. Omi, good morning. I hate technology, if you haven't noticed.
I definitely have. With you as well, but should be really an exciting race coming our way. And in Spain, you have nowhere to hide in Formula 2 and Formula 3. Most drivers have raced around the circuit. If you haven't, of course, then you've still had a lot of testing place a few months ago. F2 and F3 both had it, and it's quite a lot of running that you get around the circuit, so you basically have nowhere to hide and you need to perform, and it's really a great place to show your talent. And if you haven't had a good season, it's a great way to kick it off, because we have a European leg of the season now starting, so you really need to kick it off now if you haven't had a good season so far, especially in Formula 3 with rounds running out quickly.
We've got the YouTube chat back on as the drivers head onto the formation lap. I don't know if Jess is just watching or she's down in the pit lane, but I'll say good morning to you, Jess.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing? You're in the pit lane. Hello, Jess. Sorry, it was a very late start to get in because I've been in here for about 10 minutes trying to get the technology to work. But hello, how are you doing? Good morning.
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's a nice sunny day in Catalonia, all ready for some F3. Sure, that's Sebastian Montoya getting his lap time deleted, which means he's not going to start in the top 12, but it's in the rules. But let's hit from I thought we were going to hit from our top 3 there.
I think we are, but they're having issues with it. They can't get it loading. Yeah, they can't get it loaded.
So we're not the only one with technical issues today.
I think it's from systems that have, because I tried to log in for the F3 stuff, and it just wouldn't. It kept bouncing me back, and that's what. And then the laptop got affected as well because I tried to log in on the media thing. There, they didn't want to let me in to get the official starting grid up. So,
it doesn't like you, Josh.
No, I'm going to hit it as well. Have more sleep, thankfully. Then 4 hours. I've had 6, so that's a bit better.
Hey, that's good. That's the
improvement.
I usually get. Let's even top 3.
You can get a better start than P1, then you can slipstream them quite a lot till the first corner. Hopefully there you can make a move. If not, just wait till the degradation hits, and hopefully you did a good enough job that at the end you can be attacking for the lead. But obviously where we're starting, I think the most important thing is score points, finish on the podium, and hopefully get a win at the end.
I will try to take the lead into T1 and then make my own pace. I think it's the ideal plan, but let's see how the race go, and we will adapt to it, no?
Starting in front in Barcelona, I think is a good advantage. Not a track where you can very easily overtake. I hope that I will got the pace enough good to stay in front, and yeah, try to push out hard at the start to put a gap out of the RS, and then really look in front, and we'll see.
There's your top 3 then, as they come in. I don't actually know who's on commentary alongside Chris McCarthy, because Alex wasn't in the box yesterday, so if he's on his own, going to look Chris McCarthy. Up to the grid then comes Santiago Ramos. It's good.
Alex Brundle was in F2.
So he's moving around probably as well. I don't know where Alex... Is Alex Jakes on site or is he not on site? I don't know. Usually,
Alex is in the feature tomorrow.
Usually he's not on site for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Oh, I wonder if he's doing it at Beacon Hill in F1 TV.
Yeah. See where Palmer is as well. We'll find out as they come up towards the line. I've got to crack my neck before I get into the commentary box. Just doing that now, otherwise it gets painful. Up to the line, then they come. The whole starting grid, I mean, shades. That's going to give really nice, cool traction off the grid.
Yep, absolutely, and Turn 1's going to be crucial. While it can be hard to overtake in Formula 2, you can do it, but there's a very long run to Turn 1, which means that we could see some overtakes, and now we're seeing the final few cars getting into position for what should be an exciting race. Let's hope we have a clean opening tour to it.
30 as well on the grid, ready for the start. There's Rebecca, she'll press that button, and then the lights will come on. Green flag at the back, look to the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, go! Good start from Ramos, good start as well, coming from Maui Boyer, who's going to cut across the track to defend from Alexander Dune down towards turn 1. Dune almost in the pit lane. Menakunif still going around the outside of Ramos down to turn 1. Meantime, Phil the back, Sophia Flush does good. Locker from Ramos in towards turn 1. They all get through cleanly, 3 wide further back. Off the track goes Sophia Flush. She'll come back on though in the side of Dina Beganovic, who's got ahead there of the back of Wisnicki as they come out towards turn number 4. Ramos leads, Menakunif in second, Boyer third, Dune fourth. Trying to go around the outside is Martinez Steinshaw. But he's got Ollie Gerd to block here, and Fulleroni's got side-by-side action as well. One of the Red Bulls coming on the inside. I wonder if that's Lindblad. It was. Lindblad up the inside at turn 5. And honestly, I mean, a good start from everyone, and everyone ducking and diving, just what we wanted to see.
Run ducking and diving all over the road, and it was 4 wide into the front, so it was good that they were all able to get through cleanly, and they're all wobbling for every single piece of tarmac right now on the circuit. Ramos holding the lead though as we continue on now down towards turn number 9. Let's see who's feeling brave for a dive bomb.
Beganovic under a bit of pressure as well. He's been passed again, this time by Noel Leon as they come through into turn 11. The long sweep right-hander, that's uphill. Turn 12, 13, 14. Off the track goes at the back there as well, getting forced off for Christian Mansell.
So that's... Yeah, Mansell as well is trying to squabble it out with his teammates. So the 2 ARTs going wheel to wheel out of the final corner.
Solov on the inside, Mansell's there too. Here goes Browning to thread the needle between the 2 of them and the ARTs down towards turn 1. Trying to go on the outside now as well. Comes the inside line, that's 4 wide in the braking zone. Gabriel Mini throws down the inside. Browning's there to meet his charge through turn 1 and 2. Mini's off the track and Mini goes through. 5 cars in 1 straight. Brilliant from Mini.
That is absolutely incredible stuff from Mini as we continue on through down towards turn number 4, darting all over the road, trying to get through. There as well is Callum Whiting trying different racing lines and a single file stuff once again, but let's see who's feeling brave as we go down to turn number 6. Leon has got past Fornaroli as well. More dive bombs coming in from the AIX driver car as well, with Ramos trying to defend for Megatuna. 3 tenths between the 2 of them, so they're not separated by anything, so we're also going to have a battle for the lead.
At the inside of turn 6 and 7, that's not usually overtaking place, but that is coming on the inside as well. Just trying to see down the time screen, that's Clarence Shields, Joseph Lurk and Sebastian Montoya battling it out through Campsa at turn 9. Down to turn 10 on the inside line, Montoya has the advantage and gets through. Teammate further back trying to have a little look on the inside as well. And Tanasapot into Pruvazak as well, getting a little bit of a slide coming out of turn 10. He holds that as well just about, but he's got so much pressure. Round the outside, Sophia Flörsch, who went off on the opening lap, now goes off at turn 12, gets in the gravel, but still on the inside line as they come down towards turn number 1. Now, this is going to be the braking zone, and this is for the lead of the race. Off the track as Menakunif as well. Ramos there too, and they're going to make contact, and the 2 teammates collide. Down at turn 1, Ramos blocks off Menakunif, and Menakunif with a broken front right suspension is out of the race, and into the lead goes, well, that's Boyer. Murray Boyer takes the lead.
Dreamland for Boyer, the 2 trying to make contact down at the first turn, and at a race that we've already seen contact 2 times in the past between leaders. Now we've seen it between the 2 teammates as well. So Spain loves having contact between leaders at turn number 1 in F3.
And the safety car has been deployed immediately. They are not waiting for anything to come through there. Safety car deployed. Well, it is rule 1, Omi. Do not hit your teammate, and that's exactly what they've done.
Yep, absolutely what they've done. I mean, done indeed. Megatunif tries to go to the inside. Ramos defends all the way and then just loses control there and into the park.
I think you can't break like that. My boys, Christmases came at once. Barely broke a sweat going into the lead of that one. Ramos broken wrist.
Yep, goodbye to one of the Tritons. And then, yeah, and then Boyer goes through as well.
Vossin's out! Vossin's out! Look behind! Vossin's had a separate accident under the safety car. Callum Vossin is out of the race.
Oh, the AX.
Oh, Oh, there's another one too. There's 2 cars. What?
Yes, AIX.
3 cars off
So
Bedrin.
we've got 2 incidents.
Yeah, Vossen, Bedrin have also come to blows down at turn 1 where Medakunif is. Now that's going to be a penalty for both drivers. Crashing under a yellow flag as well is a big no-no. That will both be a big penalty regardless who was at fault. That's both of them having a penalty for tomorrow's feature race. You can be assured of that. As everyone now walks back to the pit lane, 3 cars stranded in turn 1 in 2 separate incidents as the safety car, the Aston Martin by Bert Mylander driving it, is leading the field as Ramos into the pit lane. I think it's just a rear puncture for him. Looks like it, yeah.
Indeed, as well. Yeah, so they should be able to get that one back going, and they're being for some safety cars, but that's really it's over for them, as we're going to take a look at the race start once again. So it was a slow getaway there from the line, so he's going to need to try and recover it down to top. The slipstreaming all begins down, and then the 2 trying to battle, but they survived. Boyer was being squeezed. Boyer was squeezing Alex Dunn as well, who went to the outside. Then there was 4 wide in the background as well, as I mentioned. So they were able to get through there, luckily. So that was very clean by them. So they all made it through turn number 1, but then they all decided that it was lap number 3 and 4 that they all wanted to cause a bit of the chaos. The replays there will be interesting. Here is Luke Browning, as I mentioned, didn't get a good launch off the line.
Yeah, bogged down up to 3rd gear, and the rear wheels were still spinning. Lost about 3 places on that start. Made it back though with a 4-car manoeuvre, but it was Gabriel Mini who got swamped, didn't he, Browning, into turn 1 by both of the AIX cars as well. There's Sophia Flörsch going off the track and rejoining further down the field. Oh, and on board with Sophia now. This is down at turn 5 at Seat. And is she going to get a second punt of the afternoon as well? Well, the morning, really. Yes, she is. Sophia getting beaten up everywhere out there today. And that was by the 11 of Sebastian Montoya. This is Forlaroli.
So that was Montoya finding a way through. Then this is where Leonardo Forlaroli. Car down the outside. Bit of contact.
Limblanc. Oh, no, it's the AIX. So that is...
Van Amersfoort.
Noel Leon. Oh, so it's Noel Leon in the Van Amersfoort as well. This is Medakunif. It's been noted, but I don't know. Ramos on the radio. Thing is, though, Medakunif dive bombed the inside line. Ramos went defensive, because that's not the normal line. I would say that's very much a 50-50 in terms of Medakunif shouldn't have gone for the inside line, but Ramos defended incredibly hard. It's a hard one. And what happened here? And why is Bedrin holding his thigh when he walked away? Do we not have that accident? We don't.
Doesn't seem like it. Would be interesting to see if we did. But yes, safety car out. First one of the entire weekend out there. Let's see how active it will be across F3, F2, F1 and F1 Academy. All the source. Jun is in second. Gert has improved 5 places. And Gert, who was of course in that Imola melee on that last lap, getting to the virtual safety car quickest. So he'll be hoping that he can do it, but this time before the last lap, and he can take victory. He'll need to get past Dun, and Dun doing well. It's great finally being able to fight up there as well.
JT's started the British Touring Cars coverage, their first practice session as well, from Trackside Radio. He'll be taking you through all the action today. Investigation after the race for Megatunov from Ramos for that turn 1 collision. Kind of saw that coming, I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, they both really won't be able to do too much unless it's most Ramos won't be able to do too much unless it's the most crazy race, which so far it has been.
Yeah.
With 4 wide, all sorts of chaos taking place right now. And let's see if we're going to be able to defend this on the restart when we do go racing, but we have another lap.
I'm not seeing it from the right angle. I want to see that whole thing again, because Ramos comes across the track to defend. And, oh, this is the second instant then. Contact mid-corner So it was Bedouin on the inside line, tagging the rear left, or the rear right from this angle, of Vossen.
Yep, indeed. So that's where we got the contact between those two drivers. So that explains how that happened, with Bedouin into the side of Callum Royden. So they both were also squabbling it out down to turn number 1. But with how many battles we've had, when we've had all sorts going on in the first few laps, it is they did do well up until that point where they all decided to do it at once as well. Montoya is having a great race so far, up 12 places. And if he continues with this, and there's more chaos ahead, he could find himself in the points soon.
100th race, of course, for Formula 3, this one. And they are all having a blast off. Synth, do not worry at all. Join when you can. Anytime. Do not worry at all. Exams are important. Racing can wait for the summer. I know it is the summer, but you know what I mean. Oh, and Sutra's incident and investigation for turn 4 moving under braking. Interesting.
Good luck with your exam, Tim.
Jess, I'm going to bring you in actually, because we've been talking for 10 minutes now without letting you have one. What did you make of all that crazy start?
Oh my goodness, I think you should never collide with your teammate. We've seen this happen in one as well, and we know how it ends up. And I know you said it was 50-50. I would say it was more Megatune's
2 seconds,
fault.
Jess.
It's not you. First lap, mate, first lap.
Go on, Jess.
I would say it was Megatune's fault.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards that. I want to see another angle. I want to see that original angle we had when it happened. But I'm leaning to it. I'm trying to replay it in my mind, which never works because the mind disrupts as well. Since says, and tomorrow I have to play a baseball game, which is exactly during the feature. It's way too early. It is. Don't worry, Sis.
Win for us.
Yeah, win. We'll try and get you on an F1 sprint race at some point. Safety car's coming in this lap.
Oh yeah, it's Britain in Austria next week.
Yes.
Yeah, Sins, come on for that. I know you can do the sprints. Join us for the sprints.
Yeah, that'll be. F1 Academy starts at 10 to 8 tomorrow.
Yeah, Megan's already hit me for that. She's not happy.
Well, I had to get up early for FE like about 3 weeks ago, I think.
Yes, yeah. Same time, wasn't it? In Monaco.
It was Monaco. Yeah, it was Monaco.
Now this is, Ramos goes to the inside to defend, but he's got every right to do so. Megatunish could have backed out, but didn't. That's the onboard from Boyer.
Yeah, I think it's Megatune's fault. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Santino Ramos had the right, so you can see here to the inside.
Ramos left him room.
Yeah, Ramos left plenty of space there.
Yeah,
but that's my opinion anyway.
I'm starting to agree with you, Jess, because Ramos left him a lot of room as safety car lights go off. Yeah, that should be fine. That'll be a Megatune penalty.
There will be. Boy's about to take us back now to green.
Oh, there we go. He's weaving the field like crazy. No overtaking till you're out of the last corner. And then across that line. Boyer's hit the pedal. No chicane to deal with anymore. The normal turn 11 into 12. 13 and 14, and we're racing again here in Formula 3's 100th Grand Prix event. Down towards turn number 1, and Lindbland's having a look on the inside line as well. He's feeling a bit racy on Martinez Steinshaw. Steinshaw goes defensive, blocks the inside lines 3 wide, further back though, into the braking zone. Mini under attack as well, and I thought there was a little bit of contact there actually as well between Browning and Solov. There isn't, but Gabriel Mini gets ahead of, that's Mansell. Mini's past Mansell and Treminazzi. Speaking of Noel Leon, he's trying to go on the outside of Arvin Lindblad. That becomes the inside line for turn 10. Sorry, turn 5, and he's got him. said the number instead of it. As Ollie Goethe has dropped back already. He's not had a great restart.
Yeah. For Ollie, the player went early, but it's long straight, so he wants to try get the jump and try to do something different as well. So he's got a 9/10 gap over Alex Dunn, who's gonna need to try to stay inside the 1 second if he wants to get the DRS, and that will allow him to stay close and possibly also battle for the lead. Talking about battles, that's Montoya versus Solov as we go down to turn number 9, and Montoya
has the advantage. Now we cut to Gabriel Mini, who I think where is he? He's behind Tim Triminazzi in the MP and P10, so Mini's in 11th place. Montoya up half the field already. That is so impressive from Sebastian Montoya. Boya leads and controls this race. And look now further back as well. Forlaroli on the inside line, getting ahead of Arvid Lindblad as well. Some dust, some smoke as well in the air. Forlaroli gets ahead of Arvid Lindblad. Lindblad trying to fight back around the outside, turn 3, hasn't worked out. Drama further back. Fastest lap then goes to race leader. There we see Charlie Wirtz trying to have a go around the outside of Joseph Loke at 3. Not going to pay off. Well, this race is starting to entertain as well. 10 o'clock.
Yep. Yeah, the race is definitely entertaining. Yes, 10 o'clock now in the UK. Of course, F3 delivering here at Spain does. Weekend where we're going to be celebrating 100 races tomorrow in the feature race. So this is race number 99. But great to be celebrating 100 races like we did, of course, for Formula 2 back then in 2021 in Baku.
That was a crazy race as well. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be just as mad as this one is for 100. Montoya at 13 now. He was at 12 before, so Solov's down 5. Goethe's up 5. Leon's up 7. Forlaroli is exactly where he started. How many Browning's lost 4? That was with that bad start. Yeah, Montoya definitely the biggest, up 13. Fastest lap to Leonardo Forlaroli on a 1:32.402. Oh, and late move on the inside for Martinez Steinshaw as well. Wants to get the move on Van Hopen, who gives him a bit of a wheel bang. Oh, and they're so close. Trying to go on the outside as well as Noel Leon at 3. Not going to work out. Maybe it will. Leon's got so much pace on the outside line. He's going to have the attack on the side of Van Hopen. Van Hopen's going to drift it. Still control the power through 4. Downhill to 5. It's an outside manoeuvre for Noel Leon if he can do it. Fabulous move for Noel Leon. He's going to take it, stick it to 5. Where is he? Van Hopen holds it. Yes, side by side for 3 corners. And they're still doing it. Wheel banging like crazy. Van Hopen's not giving an inch as they come into turn 7. They're still side by side. And they switched round, coming in towards Kamsa. You're not going to make it through there. I think he's backed off. He did. That was brilliant between Noel Leon and Lawrence Van Hopen.
Yeah, Lawrence Van Hopen really hard with his defence, not allowing any opportunities. We go down to turn number 9. Dunn is going to have...
Oh. Is that me or Omi, Jess?
That's Omi.
Ah, right, okay. Omi's frozen mid-sentence.
Battle right now for P1 in the race should be an...
There we go.
Yeah, Omi, your mic keeps cutting off quite a bit.
And it's your Wi-Fi freezing like crazy. We see a move trying to go on the outside to turn 1. Dune trying to have a go, but Beganovic and Lindblad side by side. Montoya and Browning 2. Mini and Chiminazzi. They're 4 further back. Mini's past Lindblad for 9th. Mini's up 2 places. Oh, and Mini's down to 11th. Forget the battle for the lead. That's not doing anything. What on earth is happening with Lindblad, Chiminazzi and Mini?
Playing like crazy, aren't they?
Yeah. I want to see that battle. And Mini's now past Mansell. They're still side by side. Come on, there we go. Mini's on the inside line. Oh, and side by side, that's Mansell drifting that car like it's a go-kart, not a Formula 3.
Yeah, Mini's still trying to defend. He's having to defend absolutely everywhere. Mansell, tomorrow's pole sitter, looking to Also, just try get this move done as soon as possible. Mini being great with his defense right now. Montoya trying to gain another position. Dun's going to have another chance for the lead as we will go on to lap number 12. Here we go with Mansell, but he could be under pressure by Montoya, who is trying alternative different racing lines.
Yeah, they're all finding the grip out there, aren't they? Track temperature 33.5, air temperature 24.7 as well, so it's remaining nice and consistent. 17 degrees where I am right now in my commentary box as well, so it's nice and cool at the moment, so I don't want it to heat up, but it probably will do. And then we'll be suffering with, I don't know, mildew? Can't mind. Look at this. Boyer going defensive, and Dune's going to try around the outside line down towards the first corner. Can't get through. It's not a DRS train. It's just picking at moments at this place. This is why Barcelona is better than this street circuit in Madrid we're going to. You get proper racing in a proper race circuit.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Always around this circuit, you still get some great racing, you still get some great action, and of course the removal of the chicane has just made it better. And when they remove it, we're going to Madrid, so that's just ridiculous as well, because the circuit now performing, and also a great circuit indeed for providing us with action, especially in the support series at the same time. But I'm sure with how close we could be in for an interesting Grand Prix this weekend as well.
If I ever get the chance to interview Stefano Domenicali, the first thing I'm going to say to him is, why more street circuits when the fans don't want them? That's my first question. Second question is...
Money!
Yeah, no. Second question is, why have you kept the turbos? Third question is, why aren't you letting Andretti in? Fourth question is, why are we changing the super lights? And do you know, I would love a sit-down interview with Stefano Domenicali. Would really enjoy that.
You're going to be asking a lot of whys, though, Josh.
Yes.
You'd go on for hours.
I would. I'd rant. But it'd be a very good interview as well. Boyer under attack from Dune, and then Goethe slowly starting to crawl back in as well. Top three just escaping. 1.5 seconds. They've got a gap to Martinez. Steinshaw is under attack. Van Hopen meantime from the back as well. Gabriel Mini trying to have a go. Has Mini been passed by Triminazzi? Yes. And now Montoya's for the back. So now Mini's trying to go at Triminazzi again. Hooked to his rear. Down to turn 4. It's actually uphill, this part of the track. Very ever so slightly, you can just see it on the TV camera, but it's uphill, then it drops down massively into 5.
Indeed.
Yes, go on.
As we go down to turn 9.
You see
battle going on between Mini, Travanit.
You see that Pirelli bridge, by the way? Best place to stand. And you see, this is why, because if you stand there, it's metal. It's a metal bridge. So if you stand there and a car goes underneath it, you feel the vibrations. The whole thing shakes. It's unbelievable. At the inside, Luke Browning getting ahead of Christian Mansell into turn 10. And he's done so. But yeah, that bridge is fantastic. I kind of wish we were back.
That would definitely be... Yeah, that would be a good place to go. You, of course, went a few years ago.
2019.
As well.
Well, in those days, they covered the first test.
Indeed.
But they didn't cover the second test. So.
Yeah.
Up the inside.
And Browning's being passed now. Down to number 1 by Mansell, who's retaking the place.
Browning's not going to give up, though. That 14 to 21, 2/3 distance. Oh, snapping like crazy. Look at the inside front right tyre, already worn like mad as well. And up the inside, late, nearly loses a win, but Tanasipol into Pruvazak as well. Is that into Pruvazak? Hang on a minute, who is that? That's the 25, not the 26, my mind's going. Yeah, it's Solov. They need to differentiate the 26 and the 25 numbers, honestly. Because you look down the order and you go, oh, there you go. Because it looks, there we go, they've zoomed in nicely for me now. Thank you, TV Director. It's the 25 of Solov.
Yeah, it does usually look like a 26, but from certain angles. However, you just have to really think about the AAX car that the Sanapol into Pruvazak is going to be in. Just got to keep that in mind.
I will remember. Look at Mini, 72 points. Follow early will be up to 69. Browning will not score any points. He'll be on 68. Bogdanovic on 61. So follow early just moves up that championship order and closes in the top 4. Don't forget, 8 different winners from the opening races. Has Moe Boyer won already this year, or are we about to have 9 from 9?
I'll check.
Thank you, Jess. Could have 9 from 9. Be a brand new record in Formula 3 if that's the case. A little bit of a move there as well, further back from Charlie Birch, trying to have a go again at Joseph Loke.
So, winning drivers, Lindblad, Browning, Stenshorn, Bogdanovic, Gerfer, Megatunis, Solov and Mini.
So Boyer has...
So Boyer will be the 9th.
Has Dune won, did you say?
No.
Right, so the top 2 have a chance here, but if Goethe wins, it breaks the streak.
Yeah, if Gerfer wins, it'll be the first repeat winner of the season.
Yeah, and also, more importantly for Boyer, this will be a home win as well.
Yes.
That is
you
true.
remember. So, and they're all doing that festival thing, right?
The Barcelona Street Festival.
What festival?
And Boyer.
Oh, right, okay.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
Basically, ours is Goodwood. That's what I like about it. But for some reason, Goodwood's after the British Grand Prix this year.
Yeah, it's usually like a week before, isn't it?
Yeah, they've really messed it up a bit.
and I can't go because tickets are sold out.
Oh.
So I was going to go on the Sunday, but tickets are sold out. So I've just been waiting for, like, tickets to sell again.
Dune thought about a move similar to Megatune down to turn 1. It didn't pay off. Boyer knew it was coming. How has Steinshaw closed back up to this little battle?
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. In fact, everybody's inside a second. Down to Shields. Well, actually now Montoya and Mansell. So down to Montoya, everyone's inside a second. So 12 cars in a line here.
This race continues to get good. A little bit calm at this point now than what we had earlier on. But it's heating up once again. We're done trying now to put the pressure, and he is going to try. And if he isn't getting too close on the straight, which is not giving him the best chance though, as well. We're going to take another look at it. You can see gaining. Boyer holds his line to the inside. Dunn tried to sell the dummy, tried to dive to the inside, was a bit too farther back. He needs to be close, but then he's going to need to try something brave and brilliant if he does want to try to take this place, because he doesn't seem like he's getting close enough to be fully alongside.
Yeah, that's just reminded me of a go-kart race I did once as well, where I moved once to block, once to retake my racing line, and once into the corner. And at the exit, the guy got past me, and he said, "Well, why didn't you just continue weaving?" I said, "Well, if you were an actual driver, you know you're only allowed to move once to defend, and then once again to retake the racing line. So you can't block more than once. It's an agreement to stop an accident." And he went, "Oh, I didn't know that. I would have just kept weaving." I was like, "Right, for next time I race you then." So, cars 9, 23, 27, 17, 26, 21, 8 and 30. Incident for false start.
How many cars? What?
Now, that is all the drivers who are back where the repeater lights are. So, have the repeater lights gone out before the start lights? Like to see that replay we had earlier on of the race start.
But if they get a penalty for that due to that fault, then that's a bit unfair.
Because that's everybody down from where the repeater lights were located on the grid. That's the second half of the grid. So, yeah.
Not every one of those people jumped that issue though.
So who was looking at the repeater lights? Who was looking at the starts? That might not be the case, but it's the only thing I can think of, because it's looking at the grid. It's where they are on the order. And that's too many to be noted for a false start, for it not to be an issue with the computer. No further action for investigation for Montoya and Verts for forcing another driver off the track. Didn't know there even was an investigation, but all right.
And I didn't even know there was an incident.
Down to turn 1. Look, there's the one defend from Bogdanovic with Lindblad behind him. Only move once. Like Spider-Man says in Family Guy, everybody gets one. Sophia Flörsch down 20.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Not the best.
Montoya can't get round the outside of Gabriel Mini. Oh, but can he get to the inside? Mini has a terrible exit. Great exit from Montoya. Has he made contact? Mini's going to look up. Mini's taking him out of the race. Mini's out. And the safety car immediately out. But Gabriel Mini takes out Sebastian Montoya, who was having a fantastic go around the outside to turn 5. Mini gave him no room and forced him off the track.
Mini looked like he lost control there.
He did. I wonder if the wheel flew out his hands when they touched front suspension.
Yeah. So I think he didn't want to hit him, but it just...
Montoya is like, what did you do?
Oh, that is disappointing for Montoya. Unlucky a lot last season. Unlucky once again here. Had a mistake yesterday in qualifying, was on for a good run, and then a great recovery drive today, and then also being taken out by Mini. Well, you have to feel for Montoya sometimes.
Yeah, the championship leader of Gabriel Mini is out of the race. Now it shapes up a little bit.
That's huge.
Right, let's have a look at this again. Montoya's on the inside line. Mini just turns into him, and then something fails. Something flies off the car. And he's got a puncture instantly.
He just full on hit me, bro. Full on hit me. Next time, just turn into me.
So yeah, I think he must have got a puncture for him making a bit of contact, and that's lost a bit of control.
Mini.
He just wait up and do me so dumb. Just turn into me and I have a puncture.
Yeah, so Mini got a puncture. That was their debris, but that's Mini's fault. That's not Montoya. Montoya gets an inside line after Mini makes an error. Look, Mini goes wide. Montoya goes to him. He's ahead, and then Mini just turns into him. That's Mini's fault. No spatial awareness there from Gabriel. Montoya's right. Montoya's done nothing wrong. That's Mini's fault. 100%.
Oh, it's going to end on the safety car, isn't it?
Unless they red flag, we could have another lap at least. I reckon safety car in at the end of lap 20. But it could end with the safety car.
If they rushed it a little, then...
There's no time to red flag and restart. We've only got 6 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, and we're on a tight schedule because we got F2. No, we got FP3 up. Is it FP3 up next?
Yeah, but next up it's actually the Porsche qualifying.
Oh, the Carrera Cup.
So this weekend.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
Porsche.
yeah, it's not the Porsche, it's the other one.
It's the one that's not streamed.
Yeah, it's not the Porsche Super Cup, it's the Carrera Cup, the local one.
Yeah.
The one similar to what we have in Britain for British touring cars.
Yeah, it's not the actual Porsche Super Cup, it's the Carrera Cup. I believe they use the 911s, not the GT3s that we use. Because we got 911 GT3R, I think. Anyway, on to lap 20.
Oh, have a look.
Into Pruvazak has got a penalty. 10 seconds.
Oh no, it's just F1, F2, F3, F1 Academy, no Porsche.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. The Porsche Carrera Cup was in April.
What track was that?
That was Catalonia.
Oh, right. Let's have a look at the full schedule. What's on after us here?
After is FP3 at half 11.
Yeah, so it's just 12:30.
It's like a 90-minute. It's like a 90-minute break.
That's unusual.
Ish.
They're going to end this under safety car. Mini's car's still there. So that's it then.
Hold on, let me look at the Catalonia schedule. But yeah, I don't think...
It's pit stop practice they've got next. I just had a quick look.
Yeah, there's no Porsche Carrera Cup. No. That's in April.
Missed a ball there, aren't they? Mini turns over. He just doesn't know that Montoya's there, I think. It's the normal racing line Mini's trying to take, but Montoya's already there. That's poor spatial awareness from Mini. That's what I read that as. He just didn't know he was there. But he should have. I always think Mini looks like he got back to the pit lane quick. Very quick.
That's quick. Very quick, yes.
That's insanely quick. How on earth?
Did he get like transported or something by the marshals?
Hang on a minute. I've been to this track. How on earth did he do that? From where he was off at turn 5? How's he got back? That's at least a 5-minute. How did they both get back to the pit lane so fast?
No clue.
That's genuinely baffled me.
Teleported.
Yeah, because they're obviously there, but how on earth did they get back to the paddock so quick? They were at, hang on a minute, they were at turn 5. I need a track map. I've got one here, hang on.
It's a bit further to... it's about 1 mile.
Hang on.
I think.
Turn 5 and 3 pit levels.
Cars 9, 23, 27, 17, 26, 21, 8:30. Investigation after the race. Full start.
We're on to the last lap. Right, this is turn 5. So how's he done? There's a little road back to the paddock, so that could be possible, but... Well, there is actually a hill, isn't it? But then there's a hill.
Maybe.
They've gone the back way and then through the old tunnel. That must not be old anymore.
Yeah.
Because when I was there, it was blocked off. Safety cars coming in, but that's normal. So they don't spoil the checkered flag moment. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want,
Especially for a home win as well.
Yes. Campos home win. Boyer home win. Going to be very special for the team in Formula 3. 99 on out and 9 different winners. And they've got some Boyer fans in as well. That must be special. To come to a Formula 1 weekend and as a Formula 3 driver and you've got fans. That is special. So the safety car's coming in. It'll be a formation end though to the line. There will be no official flag to the green. It'll be the checkers. That will end it. Murray Boyer exits turn 13. He'll enter turn 14 of New Holland. 9 different races and 9 different winners, but this one is special. It's a home win for Murray Boyer, who wins the F3 sprint race. Dune is second, Goethe third, Steinshaw, Van Hopen, Leon, Foloroli, Boganovic, Lindblad, Triminazzi round out the points. And it's a home win for Murray Boyer in Formula 3 behind the safety car. Great race this as well, Omi as well. Fantastic action.
Fantastic, especially the start. Did Boyer said thank. Then it was a defensive. It was a defensive drive from there, not letting Dunn get too close. And what a special moment for Campos, race winner Murray Boyer.
Very good race. I just said Alex Buttonwell as well, so there you go. What do you think, Jess?
It was a bit anticlimactic at the end with it ending under safety car, but it was generally very good. Quite a few overtakes, more overtakes than you would expect, but good from Boyer. That meant we got our 8 different winner.
It's not the race that matters, but it's good to be back at the front, back where we should be. So, yeah, good job, guys.
Gorgeous.
And then Alex Dunn doing well in P2 as well. So a decent race. Let's see what the sprint race, not sprint race, feature race brings tomorrow.
Let's check in then with the world feed as we get ready for the end of this one. Mary Boyer, the race win. Here's Chris McCarthy and Alex Brundle.
Of that result as well.
Definitely so. Graduate of the GB3 Championship. That'll be his best result by far throughout this year. The driver who sits 20th in the Drivers' Championship. Let's listen to Gertha.
Well done, mate. Yeah, mate. Bra jobb. Good everything.
Points banked then. More points banked. And he's having a great season, Ollie Gertha.
Yeah, 5th podium now in Formula 3 for Ollie Gertha, with some of the other championship protagonists out of the points. And struggling in this race, Ollie Gertha just moves himself even further forward as a contender in this one. But very much most of the fans will be cheering for this man here, Mary Boyer. Even though we finished under safety car, I think we can say he was the deserved winner for a controlled performance.
Yeah, you know, the first restart was ace from Boyer, really was. Managed to jump away, and then he was under pressure from behind. Nobody left him alone throughout that one. Never quite managed to generate that DRS gap. Had to defend his position several times. Really cool-headed from the driver who had the opportunity to score his best finish of the season at home. So impressively calm mindset, and now he can enjoy it.
Mary Boyer becomes the 50th different winner in Formula 3 as he climbs out the car and celebrates with the Campos Racing team. What a place to get his first victory in Formula 3 and a 3rd home win in a row for Campos Racing. It's a first podium for Alex Dunn as well. Plenty to celebrate down there in Parc Fermé, but there will be a lot of emotion for Mary Boyer, who had tough times at times last season. He's been through a bit of a tough ride, but Mary Boyer, after a lot of hard work, gets all the plaudits now he deserves.
It's again the cool of the morning. Formula 3 racing, you can tell it's the cool of the morning because he wouldn't be able to like jump around like his fans are on the outside of turn 1 there in the middle of the day. That would be very difficult indeed. But it was a great Formula 3 race and expressed just how close they are as well throughout the race. A massive DRS train through the mid-pack. Gabriele Mini maintains the lead of the championship from Fornaroli now. Luke Browning in 3rd position. Boganovic and Gertha line out the top 5 in the series. Prema still leading the team's championship as a result of that. Campos Racing, though, jump up to 103 points. So it's been a decent day for them.
Yeah, Mary Boyer moves up to 8th in the championship with that one. Campos Racing 3rd. They're having a superb season, aren't they, across both categories as well. They are really doing a superb job, and Mary Boyer very much has been a part of making that happen, and had to deal with those safety car restarts, which would have just built the nerves inside that Formula 3 car, but he dealt with it so well.
He really did. Boyer on 40 points. Don't take your front wing off now with the P1 board, Murray. But really enjoying himself down there, and it's great to see. 40 points for him, 4 points behind Tim Tramnitz now for 7th. So very much on the end of the just tight to the final 8 in the championship, clearing Sami Megatuna for Christian Mansell, who had a difficult race. We'll have an opportunity for a better one tomorrow, but the day is all about Mary Boyer. And Stuart Hall there, ever connected with Ollie Gertha and the management of him, just sportingly congratulating Mary Boyer. And the safety car and the race ended concurrently, and Boyer took his Campos across the line for victory.
And they celebrated, as they have done for 2 years previously, a 3rd consecutive win here for them. They know how to do it with their home drivers. Mary Boyer pointed to the sky. He was at the Barcelona roadshow, and at that, he was with the home fans taking pictures, and now he gives those home fans something to celebrate with a win. Let's listen to what emotions will be in the cool down.
Yeah, first leg, you do this.
At the beginning I said, okay, I think I have in control, but then...
Well, the crash was insane over there.
I didn't see, I was a bit
Look
far,
up. It was pretty dumb.
but I saw one of them like when cut it.
Rubber. Yeah.
Well, but like when on the inside.
Some,
Ah.
yeah.
Wow. Not the smartest.
Right across.
I think he had no bunch of them.
Every lap there was so much gravel out of T12.
Oh. Yeah, the bunch of
Yeah, only that I think. Stenchorn looked quick.
Yeah? Yeah.
He was fast.
When he lost time passing Van Hoppen, I think he was like
at the beginning.
he was like 2 seconds behind me and then he caught up to us.
Sam especially was pushing a lot.
Well, I think they're slightly lost for words on their own results, but not on everything that happened in that race.
They kind of seem to know about what happened to everybody but them, don't they? It's always interesting to hear the drivers' take immediately on how everything played out. Gravel on the racetrack, and then they suddenly discover why, because there's been a crash further back. But so often those who've had great results in a race know so little about what's gone on in it, because they've been out ahead of all the action, and ahead of all the action. Two of his competitors was on the other.
Yeah, he walked out to a Formula 3 podium for the 5th time in his career. He's really racking up the points. The Irish flag will be on a Formula 3 podium for the very first time in Formula 3 and GP3 history. And congratulations to Alex. He's made a lot of people very, very proud with that one. And Mary Boyer had the whole circuit cheering throughout that race. He had them on the edge of their seat and he had them all on their feet applauding when he came across the line to take his very first Formula 3 win.
Fantastic race for Mary Boyer as well. His first ever win and coming on home soil. He'll collect the P1 trophy, Omi, and it's about time. 9 different winners in 9 different races. What an achievement. And your first win at home is always special.
Always special as well. What a great drive by Mary Boyer, also by Alex Dunn as well. Goethe scoring some good championship points, so we do also have a bit of a happy podium out there today as well. But Goethe definitely would want to take victories in the upcoming rounds. Tomorrow's race is going to be very interesting. Mansell possibly could make it 10 out of 10. Who knows?
Second place goes to Alexander Dune, and third place goes to Ollie Goethe as well, the young German. What a fantastic career he's having as well. So many podiums this season as well. He's right there in championship hunt. The dignitaries lead the podium, and it's champagne time here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. Ironically enough, you can't drink at this circuit as well. No alcohol is served on site, only 0.0. So the only champagne you have is on the podium as well. What an achievement. Jess, your final thoughts on this one?
I I think it was a pretty good race. Bring on the feature race tomorrow. We still got F2, F1, and F1 Academy to go. Let's see what FP3 brings at us.
Amy, your final thoughts?
Great F3 race. Cannot wait for race 100 tomorrow, and it's going to be exciting to see whether we're going to make it 10 out of 10. F2 up though later on as well, between FP3 and F1 qualifying. So make sure you join us for that, and that should also hopefully be an exciting contest.
FIA Formula 3 kicks off another weekend feature race action. This is going to be fantastic. There's atmosphere in the air. Here's what's happened in the story so far.
Yesterday we would go racing for the 99th time in the FIA Formula 3 Championship, with the two Trident cars leading us off from the front of the grid. Drivers desperate to put more points on the board, and drama in the opening laps as Sami Megatinov and Santiago Ramos crashed at the front, which put Spanish driver Mari Boya out front. In one of the other Campos cars, we had disaster for Sebastian Montoya, but Mari Boya made it 3 home victories in a row for the Spanish team, with Mari Boya getting a home victory. It made it 9 winners in 9 races in the 99th race.
Literally, it all lines up to be 999. What are we going to have today? Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 100th Formula 3 race under this banner. Been called GP3, and it made up for Formula 3 back in 2018. Alongside me in the commentary box, this one is Omi and Jess Balls down in the pits. Omi, here we go then. Race 100, and Mansell on pole position for it as well. It's going to be a classic, and there's rain in the air as well.
Yep, 5 years ago we raced around this circuit to start Formula 3, and this was the start, and we also have it in the 100th race as well. Cannot wait for this one to get underway. Rain in the air, as you mentioned, and yesterday we had our 50th win up in 99 races, and today we could make it 10 out of 10 winners, so it's only you, Christian Mansell.
Can he take it as well and have the advantage? So we are going to push hard as we take a look at the grid. I just need to get my full live timing up on my end as well. Oops. So it was in my headphones then, to come into it as well. So everyone just sort of waiting on the same thing, because race control have been waiting to give the final signal for everyone to clear the grid. There's something still going on down there that they want to make sure about. If that rain incoming is a bit different. Here's your starting order though, just alongside us. Christian Mansell on pole position with Arvid Lindblad second. Third on the grid for Nicolas Solov. And Luke Browning lines up 4th on the grid. Ollie Goethe lines up 5th. Leonardo Forlorelli is 6th. Martinus Steinshaw is in 7th. Lawrence van Hopen takes over in 8th position as well. 9th on the grid for Alexander Dune. Mari Boya is 10th. Santiago Ramos is P11. Noah Leon in P12 as well. Dino Beganovic outside of all of it, where he was 13th on the grid. 14th for Gabriel Mini. Tim Triminazzi is 15th. Sami Medakunev 16th after contact yesterday with his teammates, putting them both out of the race. Callum Vozin lines up 17th on the grid. Medakunev does have a penalty, by the way, for that one. 18th for Joseph Logue. 19th for Clan Shields. Mateus Zagazita starts in 20th. Charlie Wirtz is 21st with Tanasipol Intrapruva-Zak 23rd. Nikita Bedrin has a penalty in 23rd position, and Sophia Flörsch starts 24th. 25th for Max Esterson. Casper Sutra is 26th. Sebastian Montoya 27th. Joshua Dufek is 28th. And the last row of the grid sees Tommy Smith in 29th. And Peter Wisnicki lines up 30th on the running order. 15 rows on the grid, 30 cars in total. Rain in the air, Romy, it's coming in, and all eyes on the crowd to see when they put the ponchos on. Haven't had a rain-affected Sunday here since 1996. So it's getting up there. 28 years ago, the last time we had that.
It is getting up there indeed. Atmosphere building for race 100 of FI Formula 3. Let's see if Christian Mansell can take the checkered flag first at the end of it. Long way to go, and while it can be hard to overtake, you definitely do need to try get the start right, because that is going to be a crucial part of the race as well, getting the jump and the launch off the line, because if you don't, then that will leave you wondering what the car's behind, and that leaves you with a lot of work to do later on in the race, where it can be a little bit harder to overtake, especially if you are stuck in some DRS trains, which is going to be the case for Mini and Beganowicz, as you mentioned, after poor qualifying from them.
Let's catch up with Jess then, who's down in the pit lane for Formula 3. She'll be in all our races, it looks like, today as well. Hi Jess, morning. F3, race 100, rain in the air. We had a great F1 Academy about half an hour ago, but it's all go non-stop here today.
We're into the unknowns, which is what I like, really. No one knows what the weather is going to do, if it's going to rain hard enough, so the drivers have got to be on their toes, really, and it just makes it really unpredictable. And what a way to celebrate race 100. Let's hear from our top 3.
Try to do the best job as I can. You know, if I can finish third, I want to finish second. If I can win, I want to win. But in the end, we will have to see how my pace is, how the car is, and fight from what we have.
Getting a good start, obviously try and challenge Christian into T1. It's quite a long run. So yeah, there's a bit of like a toe factor into T1, so there definitely is an opportunity there. And then I'll just try and manage the race as best as possible. Tyre deg's quite a big factor here, so it'll be about being smart and not pushing too much too early.
First ever pole for me, and it's on the 100th race, so quite a cool little statistic that I can also hang over everyone else, because no one else has that but me. So my ego is currently thriving, as it always does. But no, seriously, it is a really, really cool thing to have.
They come round into the penultimate corners as well then. 45 minutes on the clock to complete 25 racing laps. And then it'll all be down towards turn 1. Tell you what, Omi, I've got a weird feeling we might be in for some... Oh, they've put a grandstand up! Where I used to stand, they've put a grandstand there. Oh, I just noticed that. I used to have a great view of the chicane. That's the only reason I liked the chicane back in 2019 for testing. Because if I stood on a bin looking over the wall, and it gave me a great access. Here's Mansell.
Will be crucial.
Mansell says let's boogie. Yeah, standing on a bin, an oil drum bin, looking to the cars, because they would come directly at you from the chicane. So I got a beautiful view of what all the cars look like. But anyway, Emmy, what do you think is going to happen in this one as well? Any safety cars, any problems that you're thinking? Oh, they're going to drive a tracker.
Well, it is, rain's in the air, so if it does hit, I think definitely with the changeover, we are going to see a safety car at least at some point, maybe even in the opening meters. Who knows? It's Formula 3. Anything is possible. It was chaos when we began 5 years ago in 2019 when the first race was held. And 5 years later, I'm sure it will be the same once again. The final few cars are getting into position. We'll put the green flag at the back, and we will look to the 5 red lights.
F1 this weekend celebrates race 1111. Formula 3 celebrates race 100. All eyes to the lights. It began in Spain. F3 100 is 5 lights away. We are underway for the centenary race, and it's a good start from Christian Mansell. Limpland will fall in behind, so will Solov. It's lying astern for the top 6. We're down towards turn number 1. Steinshaw is trying to go on the outside of Lawrence Van Hopen. Now they all spread out on the inside line towards turn 1. Browning trying to go off, and off the track does go Steinshaw. He has to go through the bollard section as well, and comes back in. 2 cars further back off the track. Clan Shields one of them, so with Sammy Menagunev. He's trying to come through in the midfield as well. Forlaroni still in position. I think they've all stayed in the same order. Limpland second, Solov in 3rd position. Mansell leads though as we come out of 4 and down to turn 5. McLaren sponsored livery cars in a bit of trouble. One of the MPs, of course, looking further back. That's the Alexander Dude. Steinshaw just ahead. Goethe in the mix as well, but Mansell leads. Great start, Omi.
follow the leader stuff down to turn 1. Then they all went all over the road as we made our way through the first turn, and now we're making our way down towards turn number 8. All of them still duking it out in the mid-pack. No change out front there. Mansell still your leader, so he's survived one of the first big hurdles of today. But yes, Stenchon still having to defend now as well, and there's still opportunity for Gertha, who's trying to go around the outside.
That's a hard move around the outside of turn 10, but number 10 does it and gets through and cuts the inside line. There's Dino Beganovic. He's trying to go around the outside of Mari Boyer. Has he done so? Yeah, that's Ramos actually trying to go back through the inside as well. Boyer just ahead of them. A little bit of contact there as well with Gabriel Mini. No punctures just yet, that's all good news then. Lap 1 complete, on to lap 2. Mansell leads, Lindblad, Solov, then it's Browning, Forleroli, Van Hopen, Goethe, Steinshaw, Dune, Boyer, Beganovic, Ramos, Leon, Mini, Treminazzi, Vosin, Medikuniv, Zagazita made a great start up the field as well. Now a few more positions further down the order as well, as Ramos under pressure from Nolan Leon, meantime further back as well. Right down the back of the order actually as well. Clown Shields, Bedrin, Montoya and Sophia Flörsch all in battle together as well. Now we're trying to see as well, Bedrin trying to go around the outside of Clown Shields. DRS is open, 4 wide as they come in towards turn 4 and at the inside as well. Now Leon trying to barge his way through on Santiago Ramos.
Yep, indeed, all over the road. No, Leon with the dummy there as he dives to the inside of turn 5. Can he do it on the traction? No, the Trident of Ramos is just going to hold on. But they're all selling the dummy this weekend, it seems like, across all 3 series. And it's amazing, all 4 series, I should say, as well as we continue on with this one. Mansell, 9-10 scabs. So he's trying to get outside the 1 second. But Lindblad's getting DRS down towards turn number 9. So that should help his case of staying close.
Still on the attack, still on the push as they come into it. Into the breakers end for turn 10. Anyone else finding any other moves that we need to see? No. So it's all looking very calm, collect once more as they push through. Mansell leading by 0.8 of a second. They've got the DRS. Montoya and Flörsch battling, and Esterson involved too as they come across the line to start the 3rd lap. 2 of the 25 complete. Look at Forleroli. He has the DRS on the back of Browning as they come in towards the first corner. Is there going to be a little bit of a move, a dive bomb? No, tried the dummy. Now it's going to leave it back open for Lawrence Van Hopen. Look at Steinshaw and June. They're just sort of back up together as well. Let's hear from Van Hopen. Yeah.
Okay,
and here comes the rain in Spain. This is fantastic stuff. It's racing the elements, Omi.
Yes, absolutely. So much for these drivers to contend with. Usually it'll just be tyres, but they have so much more as well right now as the Rodents go on the attack. Voisin trying to find a way through as well. So we have some brilliant battles. 5 tenths between the top 2. So Lindblad's definitely been able to bring the gap slightly in when the rain is about to come. So this is about to get exciting stuff here in Spain with rain falling. And we don't usually see pit stops, but could we need them due to the wet compound of tyres? And that's a late lunge on the brakes as well. Montoya getting his way through.
And sliding around, nearly making contact with Clan Shields at the exit of turn 8, coming to Kamsa at turn 9, down towards turn 10. Shields will just about hold it off as well. So we're really going to have an update to a change around. Mansell just about holding off by 7 tenths to Arvid Lindblad. Lindblad's cut right back up as they come out of New Holland to the last corner, down towards turn 1. Over 870 metres down there to turn 1 for the start line. It's 600 metres from pole position to turn 1. Fastest lap goes to Luke Browning on a 131.970, and here comes Lindblad. He's going to try and send the dummy up the inside line. He thinks about it. Mansell just keeps it nice and tight. Further back, Montoya trying to have a go too. Now backside of that one as well. And we've got, that is going, well, I can't see who that is down the back of this field. That's Kasper Sucha getting ahead of a couple of them actually. And Tanasi Pollins promised that, just right back in the order.
Yep, indeed. As well then, as we all continue on in this one, 3 tenths between your top 2 now, as we will take a look once again at the start. Bit of a slow reaction time, but doing great getaway from Stenchon in the mid-pack. He goes 3 wide, but Mansell immediately able to just get to the inside and hold the lead. Then it's the slipstreaming, then they all get close, and then they will go all over the road down towards turn number 1 as well. Forneroli pulls out, Browning sticks to the inside line, and then the battles all continue. Off the road there goes Martinez Stenchon, so there's a few cars who scampered all over the road going into the runoff. We run on board with Mari Boyer as well, who was getting the slipstream down to that first corner, but there was contact up ahead, so that's why. So that is why with Goethe. So it was Goethe and Stenchel who made contact. That's why Stenchel had to go over the road. Boyer also had to go over the road in avoidance, and then this was later on in the lap, as they were all still battling their way through.
Just jumping over. There's the cars going over the gravel as well. Starting about 5. Jess, what do you make of the start?
Jess isn't here anymore. She's watching with her family, but Lindblad might have a run for the lead.
Going around the outside in towards turn number 1. That's going to be risky, but he's done so. Fantastic move on the outside of the first corner. Mansell couldn't get through. On the attack back. Solov versing now Browning. Oh, this is great stuff, isn't it? Solov.
Battle for the lead. Mansell tries to fight back.
Not going to work off down there as well. Can't get through back on the inside line. Come on, guys. Keep it together. We've got a few drops of rain out there. We don't need to be that much.
Oh, my God. Formula 3 about to explode once again here in Spain. Arvid Lindblad now leads the race as he tries to take victory once again. The 16-year-old, the brilliant winner from earlier this year in Bahrain, the opening race of the season. What a great race that was to kick off Formula 3, and he's going to have to deal with a lot more than usual in Formula 3 with the drops of rain falling, and that's going to be an opportunity for Goethe trying to get past Lawrence van Hoopen.
Goethe gets a little bit of a wheel tap as well. He gets set backwards, and there's a second one coming out the exit zone as well. Goethe forces his way through and makes it. Yes, no. Keeping the position is Van Open, using all the exit curve of turn 13.
We thought he did it, but he wasn't able to. Will he have a run down towards turn 1? Will be a bit harder because Lawrence van Hoopen also does have the DRS. Lindblad, of course, doesn't. Van Hoopen, Mansell does, but he won't be able to get close enough for a move, so we'll have to look further back if anyone else is going to be looking for it. The two McLaren juniors of Judd and Stenchel are both battling, and of course this is to show who is better in the McLaren Academy as well. So it's going to be an important scrap between Judd and Stenchel.
Here we go again. Montoya passing Clan Shields as we ride on board with Luke Browning. He's in 3rd position. Let's hear his radio. Yeah, just be there to capitalise on any drama that you might find coming through.
And there could be a lot. If the rain does come, you could be seeing some mistakes here and there. So if you can try keep it on the road, you might see your rivals go off up ahead of you. So anything is definitely possible as well. We are on the 6th tour of 25. Still a long way to go in this one, and still we are waiting that rain that is predicted. We've already seen a few drops, so we're waiting for it to have a big impact. Now they're all in a bit of a DRS string, so you're going to have to go a bit bold. If you want to try and make a move, you're going to have to try get closer to get the stronger toe down towards turn 1, or make it at a part of the circuit where we usually wouldn't see it. But in Formula 3, these drivers have proved that we're seeing it nearly at every part of this racetrack as well. Boyer now looking to attack Alex Dunn as well.
The top 15 are all within DRS zone. The bottom 15 are all within DRS zone as well. It's Mega Tunif is 1.7 seconds back to Tim Treminanzi, but this field incredibly close together. On lap 7 of 25, this feature race, still no pit stops, remember, and the tyres, Omi, it looks like already starting to blister a little bit, and that's why we're not seeing that much overtaken. They're all trying to just save as much as they can so they don't lose out late in the race, but Lindblad in the lead comfortably by 7/10.
In the lead comfortably indeed then, as we make our way currently through with Browning with the fastest lap of the race. Every single point in this type of championship is going to be crucial in Formula 3. It always does come down to those points, and they're all looking all over the road trying to find a way through. That was Gabriele Mini on Noah Leon, but he wasn't close enough, and those little half moves cost you as well. If you make a half move and there is a car behind you, then they could also try and have an opportunity. So you have to be careful in this type of DRS train.
Still going to be pushing it as hard as they can. Lindblad leads on board with Mari Boyer. He's in 10th position in a battle with Beganovic, who's under attack from Ramos as well. So there's still like a couple more that need to be deduced. No one else is moving around at all. They're all just sort of staying in a straight line. No one Montoya passes Wirtz. There's the first change. Montoya gets ahead of Charlie Wirtz. And now, Browning's dropped 2 seconds back. Mini says there's something loose in the cockpit. So the man who leads the title, who retired yesterday, has got a problem today as he's on the run now to Leon down towards turn number 1. Is he going to have a little bit of a move? He thinks about a move to the inside. Bogdanovic under attack again from Ramos. And nothing else taking into effect. Mansell's now 6/10 behind Lindblad, so Browning's dropped back. Now, all of a sudden, Omi, the gaps have increased massively.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking for to the gap to the leader, of course, at the same time as well. But with Bogdanovic and Mini, this is definitely a weekend to forget. Not a good sprint race yesterday, of course, for Mini as well, who had contact with Montoya. But these two are championship contenders. And then look at the points that these drivers at the front of the feature race field are getting.
Stones
out there, and Mansell was one of the drivers who was bringing more.
Yeah, just getting it on the exit at turn 13. That's going to be degrading the tyres every so often as well. You don't want to be doing that. These Formula 3 Pirelli tyres, about the size of a mini tyre.
Yep, indeed. Formula 2, of course, using the 18-inch, same as Formula 1. Formula 2 are the first ones to actually use it as well. They usually lead things for F1 on innovation and stuff like that. No DRS this time for Mansell, as we take a look at what it would do to the championship, and Browning would go to the lead.
84 points to his name. Forlaroli will go to 79. Mini will be on 72. No points scored this weekend at all. Lindblad will move up to 71, so the gap will be 13 points between the top 4. But Mini, the big loser, having scored no points in either races here this weekend. So championship leader, no longer currently the championship leader. Luke Brown with that fastest lap, as you said, Omi. Every point counts in third position. Gap between him and the leader, so it's 9/10 now between him and Mansell. But the field just not closing in. Look at that. Browning will get 16 points for his troubles today.
Yeah, and it's a bigger punishment, of course, in this feature race with Grand Prix Sunday points that we do have with the big feature race on this Grand Prix Sunday. So the punishment is much more if you aren't scoring points in this one compared to, let's say, the sprint race. But Mini wasn't able to score points in either, so that's disappointing for him when he wants to be in that title battle. But this championship will definitely take lots of twists. Let's see what Sophia Flash is up to. It's a late dive bomb to the inside on Shields.
That's a fantastic move from Sophia. DRS up the inside, late at the brakes, and Shields could do nothing about it. Tried to come back around the outside of it, but it didn't work out. So well done there to Sophia Flörsch, who's already on the back of Charlie Wirtz. So not holding back, is she, in this one? That's exactly what we like to see. Sophia really excels on the European circuits. Didn't do well in the opening Asia-Australia rounds, Bahrain and Australia. Soon as we hit Imola, right back on charge.
Yep, what we love indeed. Now, Mansell's got a 1.4 second gap, so he could be coming under a bit of pressure. Talking about pressure, we've got some battles.
Yeah, that was not smart there as well. And that's a big snap as well from that very Joseph Loke, who went incredibly defensive on the inside line down to turn 1 and nearly took out Charlie Wirtz. So Loke's going to come under pressure now from Sophia Flörsch. And Sophia looks on the inside line, turn 4. Flörsch can't get through, but she's going to push harder and harder. That's turn 5.
Can she do it?
Dummy!
Turn 5.
Go on, Sophia! Selling him a dummy! Loke gives her room. Sophia gets a good exit. Loke shuts the door, though, in the Rodin car. Come on, Sophia. Can she get through?
Is she feeling brave down to turn number 9 is the question. Can she maybe make a move? She might be a bit too far back. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe down towards turn 1 could be the realistic opportunity for her to try and make a move if she can stick close. But it might not be the only move because Mansell, as I said, has lost DRS to Lindblad. So that could be interesting with 15 to go. So Mansell may be backing off a little bit, but let's see. Can Sophia Flörsch get through? And can Browning maybe get through for second place?
Here's his radio.
Mansell, let's do it. now? I think we can't because he is just generally slow.
So Browning's told now is the time to go. Now's the time to attack. And here comes Sophia Flörsch doing just that. Joseph Loke defends the right-hand side. Sophia goes round the outside turn one. Loke breaks late. Sophia can't get the move done. Tries to get a good exit out of two. She's done so. Holds it through three. Fourth gear, losing out a bit. Gets back in the pile. Slowly bring her back in. The Aero down to turn four. Loke's going too defensive in the corners as well. It's borderline.
Yeah, he's trying to defend all he can. Van Hoopen.
Yes! That's what we want, rain!
Yes. We want a bit of rain to spice this race up. Come on.
It'll make everything more exciting. Through Capsa. Down to turn 10. Sophia's got the DRS open. Loke doesn't. It's only a matter of time, but he's now creating a train. Oh, and he's locked up now as well into turn 10.
Yeah, he's locked up. Sophia Flörsch needs to try get through as soon as possible if she wants to try maybe attack the cars in front because it's hurting her progress as well. So let's see if she can try and get the move done down to the first turn of this racetrack. Out of the final corner she goes, and then it will be DRS wide open.
Down we go. She's under attack also, as we see. That is Gabrielle Mini trying to have a go at Tim Chiminazzi. Yes, Chiminazzi goes through into 14th, Mini down to 15th place as well, but did Sophia Flörsch get ahead of Joseph Flörsch? She's on the inside. Loke's gone round the outside line. That's going to force Sophia wide, and that's Dufek going through. Yeah. So what happened there? Wrong time, the director, to cut away to a pointless move. Sophia's lost out to Joshua Dufek. How?
So I think it was it Dufek attacking, or would have been something like that, clearly. We'll need to see a replay, hopefully if we can get that. They do of course have Sophia Flörsch on board.
Yeah, so we should be able to see it. Are we going to see a replay now? Yes, we are. Fantastic. So, oh, hang on a minute. This is...
Mini.
No,
this is Mini.
Yeah, Chiminazzi passing Mini.
Unless we wait.
The camera's going to pick it up. This is Sophia Flörsch is on board now. So she tries to go to the inside line to have an attack on Loke, but Dufek just slips through on the inside line. Okay.
Yep, so Dufek with an opportunistic move there, getting his way past. But Sophia Flörsch kind of
busy.
A bit to the end of room for Dufek on that.
There we go, down to turn 1, up 13 and 25. Oh, he just wants to make you punch the air, doesn't it? So it's really annoying when that happens.
We need the rain.
Yeah.
Come on, rain start.
It's teasing at the moment, isn't it? I'd much rather take the rain for... Oh, and Loke's passed... Yeah, Loke has passed Dufek as well. So they were in a battle. I want to see where they are. Hang on a minute, where are they? There we are. Loke, Dufek, and then Flörsch. Not much change.
Have to wait a little bit for them to come, but let's see. No, let's see now Sophia Flörsch can try and get through as well.
Another lock-up from Joseph Loke. It's getting to the point where you just don't believe it.
He's struggling.
Yeah. And he's creating this train, which is separating everyone.
Indeed. And it's the little bit of action that we are getting right now. We're just awaiting the rain, and everyone's just trying to conserve the tyres as well. So if the rain does come, then that will definitely throw this race wide open once again. Other than that, they're all just trying to save the tyres, and we'll maybe see something at the end from the drivers who were able to save the tyres.
Lindblad leads, Mansell, Browning, Solo, follow in the top 5 for how much longer, because here comes Ollie Goethe going around the outside of Lawrence Van Hopen towards turn 1. A brilliant move. Fantastic from Ollie Goethe. Round the outside, and Van Hopen didn't stand a chance.
Gertha believes he can fight for the title this year, and he needs to score all points he can. Mega Tunif has got past Gabriele Mini as well, but that was great by Gertha because Lawrence Van Hoopen always does put up a bit of a fight. Spits of rain coming in.
It's at turn 4 as well. Yeah, you can see it rolling off the mountains. And bigger rain coming in over the mountains. I just saw in the distance it was heavy rain over the mountains. So that's blowing into this side of the circuit. So we are going to have rain at some point today. Be it F3 or F2 or even F1.
Well, how about all?
Yeah, that's a ball. F1 Academy looked out with the dry. Look at Ollie Goetze's tyre on the front right. Just absolutely destroyed after 14 laps. This is Meda Kunif getting ahead of Gabriel Mini. Mini is at
really a weekend to forget for Mini and Beginners. They've not even had the pace to fight back. Yes, they might have had a bad qualifying, but they've not had any pace to even try and get their way up through the field. At least Lindblad is doing well for Prema this week because it's not going their way either in F2 as well.
And it was Mini's fault, the crash yesterday in the race, and he didn't take any responsibility for that.
Yeah.
What have we got? One of these race days where everyone just goes, see what happens next.
Yep, ART are looking. They're currently in second,
Yeah,
fourth and seventh. They're currently looking and waiting for when that rain's going to come.
And they've got the wet tyres on standby. It's a waiting game. Here's Mansell.
Listen.
Yeah, the rain is starting to come down a bit in sector 3.
Yeah, thought so. You can just see it with the mountains rolling in. And it's weird if you've ever been to Spain, and certainly if you've ever been to the circuit, it's the strangest effect because you feel like you're in a goldfish bowl. No matter where you look in Spain.
Past.
Yeah.
No, and so does Shields.
Yeah. Honestly.
They're all battling.
Do you know, when I was it never rained once. We were in a drought in February, as I've said many a time this weekend. Got back to England, we had to stop on the runway because it was thundering and lightning. Great move on the inside though for the 28. Getting ahead, that's Loke versus, as we said earlier on, Dufek. Dufek getting wide, but he's got through. Well done, Dufek getting ahead of Joseph Loke there. And did Sophia get anything in that?
And then Sophia she did at some point.
Yes.
Don't know if it was on this. Yes, Loke went wide.
Yeah, well, his tyres are gone, so Sophia finally jumps ahead of him, and that's going to release them both. This is sector 3. A little bit of rain coming in. Try and look to the fans as well to see if they're putting on any max or anything. Oh, and off the track! Big time for Tenasipol into Pruvazak. Coming through the final corner, kicking up the dust, now coming vulnerable to everyone. Joseph Lowe dives up the inside line of Max Esterson. And Loke moves up to 24th position, Esterson 25th. Lap 16 to 25.
Yeah, all of them. Indeed, all of them continuing right now to go on in this one. Kasper Stuka, whose car might look a little bit different because of course he had the Red Bull colours, but his contract got terminated from Red Bull for not performing. He's no longer part of that academy.
Yeah, underperforming, you say, yes. Something.
Yeah.
Brollies are going up. Brollies are going up. It's starting to rain harder. How much? Is it just a spit? Is it coming down? Let's have a replay. This is Tenasipol into Pruvazak getting a bit of a slide and going over the gravel. Oof.
Yep, straight off. That for him. For into Pruvazak. At least though, he's not spinning and crashing into a wall.
Vozin.
We've seen a lot this season.
Vozin and Montoya have got ahead of Gabriel Mini. He's dropped down to 18th place now only as well. So this is shocking from the championship leader. He will now not be the championship leader.
Are we getting any late drama with rain in this one? That's what we're hoping at least. Don't know if it's going to come in though. just in time, maybe for F2.
Yeah.
It definitely could have an impact there. With this one, it might just finish like this with a few little spits that won't have too much of an impact with the drivers, but maybe a bit of late drama, who knows? Anything is possible with the weather.
Hearts are beating. What are we going to have? It's one of these races.
Yeah.
I coughed, by the way, not sneezed.
Man. Mansell wouldn't mind a bit of rain and another chance of this one as well. He's the driver who, of course, finished second last time out when we went racing on the streets of Monaco in the feature race. So he wouldn't want to settle for second. He would want the win.
Montoya getting ahead of Vosin down at turn 10. And moving up to 16th place. Well, this race
Good
is a
move
bit...
there on towards the game.
This race is a bit anticlimactic.
It is. He has been a little bit quiet at times for sure. That's why we need the rain. Kind of mix it up. But I think we've had a common theme of feature races being less interesting than sprints, due to mostly it's just about time management.
Is Montoya going to be under pressure again from Vosin into turn 1? No. Vosin actually locks up inside front right again. This is Montoya, how he did it. Yeah, lovely DRS up the inside at turn 10. Vosin tries to come back, but Montoya, better position. But the tyres, they haven't been right this weekend. Pirelli have made a massive fumble with the hardness of the compound. They need to be a step harder.
Yeah, and I think this race mostly drivers are just busy about conserving. That's why F2 will be a bit more interesting later when we do have pit stops. But in F3 we don't see pit stops. And I think, of course, for this circuit they might have made a bit of a mistake, but it seems like at every circuit, for the feature races at least, they're a little less interesting because they're all busy conserving. Stuka has been given a black and white flag for track limits. He's got to be careful. We had a lot of that drama in F2. Let's hope we don't get as much. And unfortunately, if you didn't hear that, Carreras podium also got taken away from him as well, which is sad.
Yeah. Alex Jakes was devastated. Is Jakesy doing F2?
Is the plan. That is the plan. I'm going to enjoy it because I think he'll do it for a bit, for about a month after this.
Yeah, still don't know why. So that's Ben Edwards back on F1 TV for Silverstone. It's just that dive bomb manoeuvre that we're seeing from everyone as well. Vert's getting ahead of Mini. Mini's now at 19th place. Not the way you expect this race to go.
The reason for Chris McCarthy is, the reason for Chris McCarthy is Alex Jakesy just having Chris McCarthy is basically just helping in for this busy schedule. Guessing because Alex is again after testing.
Yeah, the whole Le Mans 24 hours as well. Doesn't help. Look at that, packed grandstands already this morning for a Formula 3 race. They were filling in during F1 Academy. Fantastic to see the Spanish fans passionate here. But it's disappointing me because you get so many fans at this circuit, but you don't at a street circuit. So they're just killing the fan base.
Indeed, it is actually very disappointing to see with all that now. But hopefully they will actually keep these amazing facilities of racetracks, but no, they just keep giving contracts to street circuits, which no F1 fan wants, but they don't care because money is way more important. And yeah.
Sadly so, that 2025 looks like the rain's going to miss us here, as Bogdanovic losing out to Ramos a little bit there into one. Well, just follow me leader now. Tyres are all dead, and Mini's again been passed, this time by Joshua Dufek. Sophia Flörsch next up to pass the championship leader, her teammate in the Alpine Academy.
Yeah.
This will be fun for Sophia.
It's just a Behrman experience right now.
Yeah.
It's a Behrman experience for Mini right now from yesterday. Just dropping down and down and down and down. They must have made a massive mistake or error with the setup or something.
I haven't seen him locked up, so I think you're right with that, yeah. Man, look at Lindblad.
I don't know. Yeah.
Sorry,
4.1.
Yeah. He's going to be our first repeat winner of the year as well. And he's still faster than Mansell now. Every lap. Arvid Lindblad is unbelievable. I mean, his tyres are just as destroyed.
Tyres are destroyed, still pushing on. But yes, with the setup thing, maybe for Mini, I don't know how they would manage to do that there, because they've had so much testing around the circuit. If there's one circuit that you have to nail, it's Bahrain in Spain. You have to nail the setup. I mean, Prima is just generally slow around there, but you have to nail this one when you've had so much testing around the circuit. There's no way you can't nail it.
Lindblad still closing into Mansell, grounding there as well. And here we go again, this time for Ramos. Can't find a way around the outside to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic sliding the rear as they come out of 2 and 3. Still nothing. One of these days.
Sophia Flush gets past Gabriele Mini as well.
Fans. Oh, here's Brownie's radio.
5 to go, mate. 5 to go. All you've got.
Trying to move Browning up.
Yeah, 5 to go, all you've got. Let's have a look at that move from Sophia Flush on Gabriele Mini. Now to turn 1, pulls the inside. That was easy. Well done, Sophia.
Easy move, not even a contest down to that braking zone. All about just picking a braking spot. You've got that move done. And so Sophia Flush did exactly that. And Lindblad can push on nearly 5 seconds. Now 4 right now. Here's Montoya on the inside of Mega Tunif.
Making a move for 15th. It's not been the greatest race 100, has it? Once again, it kind of falls flat, Formula 3. They need to... Should have been a step higher compound. Ramos. No, hang on. Follow only, passing Solov for 4th. Yeah. Right, Pirelli.
Yeah, they really needed to do.
Yeah. Somebody hit Pirelli for me.
Goodness me.
There we go again.
And also, it's a common thing with the feature race. It's literally a common thing as Waz gets past. It's a common thing with the feature race. The sprints are much more better. The feature race is just longer laps and everyone's just trying to conserve them, which no one's able to really do too much and push at the same time.
I think for Formula 3, we should go back to the format we had a couple of years ago where race 1 and race 2 are the same distance, because we had fantastic races then on both Saturday and Sunday. Having a sprint in the feature for Formula 3 doesn't work, but it does work in Formula 2.
Yeah. Or you need a pit stop for F3 in the feature.
Yeah. Whoa! Contact!
Oh.
Casper Sutra forcing off the circuit. Nikita Bedrin.
A bit optimistic.
Bedrin did well to keep it in, out of the gravel. In terms of not getting beached, he skips across it. But Casper Sutra just dive bombing. Always the way. Here we go again. Goethe getting out of Solov. His tyres starting to disintegrate now as well, but he's kept his foot in through turn 2. Couldn't keep it, that was close, but Goethe goes through for 5th. Solov down to 6th. And now here comes Steinshaw. And Steinshaw going to get ahead now. Van Hopen into the 4. Van Hopen shuts the door. Steinshaw's going to keep it open. Wide goes Van Hopen. Steinshaw sliding as well. Coming in as well is Alexander Dune. Steinshaw does the comeback. Van Hopen locks up. Steinshaw can't get through downhill into turn 5. Status quo. Bedroom pits with damage. What an opener. Come on. Final oh, Boya! Not there. Not at 9.
Oh my God.
Thought about a dive bomb on the inside line at turn 9. If he wants to wake up eating hospital food, he can try that. He's going to try back the outside at turn 10. Still brave on Dune. Dune's going to force him wide. Boyer's giving his foot in it. Harry Boyer's got no fear. I suppose that's good for a racing driver.
Goodness me. Wow. You'll have another chance after turn 1. Let's see how brave he's going this time.
Everyone's still in the line now. From Goethe, well, Solov back. Forlaroli round the outside of Browning, trying to get the last podium position. Meantime, it's all exploding now further back, side by side, and forced off the track. And now we see that's going to be Solov forced off. Van Hopen still in the battle with Steinshaw as well. Further up, Steinshaw's off the track as well. Down towards turn 4. Has to squeeze. Van Hopen not giving him any room. Steinshaw's going to have to back out there. He's going to keep his foot in as well. They're side by side coming out of 4. Contact between the two. And through goes Alexander Dune. And a puncture for Lawrence Van Hopen. That was always going to happen. He didn't give him enough room.
That was always going to happen. They were all racing very, very hard indeed, and it's going to be disappointment for Lawrence Van Hopen. They will continue battling, though, on this penultimate lap and the final lap that we will go on to next as well. But disappointment for Lawrence Van Hopen, who will see a chance of a good result fade away there.
Just pulled him around the outside, drifted him up, and what on earth could Steinshaw do? He was still alongside. That is Van Hopen's fault in my book. He could have given him room. We've seen moves there pay off before. And that's Boyer. Is that Boyer passing Steinshaw? Timing screens have clashed. Yes, it is. Steinshaw thinks he's got an issue. Final lap. Oh, hello, up the inside. Is it raining harder now at the last sector? It is, it's raining.
It seems like they were struggling.
It's raining. It's starting to rain in the last sector. So, DRS still active, and now that's Browning defending for Forlaroli. He's trying to go around the outside line for third position on the last lap. In towards turn 1. Browning has the inside line, but Forlaroli cuts back round the outside of turn 2. Inside line turn 3. Forlaroli does a fantastic move and goes up into third position. Brilliant move from Leonardo Forlaroli. And Goethe goes through as well on Solov. Wow!
Pushing earlier in the race.
It's really wet the last sector.
Yeah, it's raining. We were right. It's raining hard in the last sector. The slicks can't handle it. So the rain has come in the last lap, and it's changing everything in Formula 3. Oh, hang on. Steinshaw. Puncture Steinshaw. Front right. That's not the side that he hit. He's had a separate issue. That's a separate issue. That wasn't the side that he hit Van Hopen. Look how wet it is in the last sector. Lindblad is having to tiptoe. He's the first to meet these conditions. We can't see it raining, Omi, but it's that fine mist rain that's coming down. Leonardo Forlaroli is up into third position. He's held off. Arvid Lindblad in the rain on slick tyres is our first repeat winner of the season. Arvid Lindblad wins the 100th Formula 3 race as everyone tries to make it to the line as the rain starts to come down here in Barcelona. Mansell second, Forlaroli third, Goethe, Browning, Solov, Dune, Boyer, Boganovic, Leon the last point. And all hell breaking loose in that last sector. And of course we can't see any spray because it's dry tyres, but it is wet. It's officially wet now, Omi. The track's been declared wet. Wow. Fine mist rain that we have coming up. And Steinshaw across the line on 3 wheels in 28th place. And there's the rain. F2 is going to be fun. Wow. What a race, Omi.
Cannot wait for that one. What a race indeed. And Browning was doing all he can to hold on before he knew they was going to run wide.
Oh, wow, mate. Feature race win. There you go. P1. Oh, mate. Arvid Lindblad. Well done, mate. What a race. Nothing to say.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. Thank you. That was incredible. Thank you so much.
Winner in Australia, winner here in Barcelona. And it's really raining now out there at the circuit. So another wet race, everybody. I hope it rains throughout the rest of the day for F1 as well. Don't want it to dry up.
Yep.
That'd be boring.
Yeah, in Bahrain, by the way, not Australia.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yes, indeed. Mansell second for the second race in a row. But yes, Fornaroli, great stuff by him to take the podium. He knew that Browning was always going to defend for everything he could, and he went and he let Browning run wide. He got on the power, he got the traction, then turned the side of turn number 3 to the position. And Fornaroli now is your championship leader.
He's just seen it on the monitor as well. He's so happy. Fornaroli, the championship leader on 84 points. Browning's on 79. Mini 72. Lindblad on 71. So, as we get ready for the podium, let's hear from Fornaroli. Hand it over to Chris McCarthy and Alex Brendel.
I was struggling with all the steers so much. Wow. This was so difficult, but I'm pushing every lap like a quali.
Pushing every lap like quali, and it absolutely looks it. Fornaroli taking that advantage at the end. Goethe sneaking through as well, of course, on Browning, which has contributed to the swing at the front of the series. So an important day for him. Lots of racing still to go throughout this series. When we saw Lindblad line up on second spot in his Prema, we did wonder if it was going to be his day. You were mentioning the potential for him to take this victory early on in the race, Chris, and indeed he's done so in very difficult conditions. They can be extremely impressed with that for the Red Bull Junior in Prema colours.
The 16-year-old climbs out of his car, runs over to the Prema Racing team. Prema Racing back on the top step. They won the very first race here in Formula 3 with Rob Schwartzman. They are back on the top step for the 100th race with Arvid Lindblad. What a story. It's gone full circle for Prema Racing. Their new star, Arvid Lindblad, who is on the top step of the podium. Rob Schwartzman, he took the championship win after winning that first race here at Barcelona in 2019, going on to become Formula 3 champion. What could young Arvid Lindblad do as he shoots into the championship fight with that race win? What a superb performance. Red Bull certainly have a lot of faith in this driver who picked him up when he was in karting. Christian Mansell, well, a fantastic result for him. That's 5 podiums now in Formula 3. And for Leo Fornaroli as well, Alex, 7 podiums. That's more than anyone else out there on the grid. And he's got more points than anyone else out there on the grid as well. Such a significant podium, particularly for that man. Prema, your first winners and your 100th winners.
Yeah, 100 races of Formula 3, and wasn't that a great race to usher it in? That was textbook, wasn't it? Bit of rain at the end, tyre management, tyre degradation going on between the drivers, some great racing as well for the key positions. Arvid Lindblad coming out on top, taking the plaudits of René Rosin, which I know are relatively hard-earned as well. And he's going to crouch down behind that winner's placard and definitely enjoy it. We know wherever in the world Ollie Rowland is at the moment, he's going to be jumping up and down.
Yes.
We know how involved he is in the career of Arvid Lindblad. Difficult man to impress as well.
Yeah.
If you're behind the wheel of a racing car.
Yeah.
Subtle disappointment there from Christian Mansell. I wondered if he felt like he might take the win in that one, but I think he'll look back on it with great positivity, not only because of the way that he drove during the race, but also because of the qualifying performance he was able to give, which I think was another step forward for him in a field like this. A really impressive performance. Fornaroli from Browning, from Mini, from Lindblad, from Beganovic is the championship as we stand with Prema still on the top of the championship standings.
This was the moment Arvid Lindblad came across the line to win the 100th race, and for that team there, Prema Racing, well, they like to take the stats, don't they? The first race and the 100th race. This time, it's young Arvid Lindblad, the 16-year-old who climbs out the car, punches the air, and this just another step in what is becoming a very superb journey for him. The youngest ever winner in Formula 3, and that his second time to the top step. Let's hear their reflections on that race.
When did you get Luke?
T2.
Yeah.
On the other side.
Man, that race was so long.
Yeah, no safety car, it was pushing. Every lap like Spotify.
And the rain as well, like, it started to drizzle I think on the third to last lap, and the second lap was rain.
Yeah.
The last lap I was just like crawling. Didn't want to do anything stupid. You pushed a lot on the first lap, no?
Maybe we were...
On the first lap you started to go, and then lap 2 and 3 had built into the rhythm. And I could
Top
already
7,
see
mate, we were pushing so much. First lap, so I was scared of the tires, mate.
Mate, I had no front left. Yeah.
I have nothing
Front
at the
left
end.
was gone.
And I locked up so much when it started to rain in T10. I did 50 meters of lock up. I destroyed.
I was scared of Luke at one point.
Oh.
But then I kept looking at the screen. It seemed like he dropped off a bit. How do you get a puncture?
Yeah. Ollie was quick, man.
Goethe.
Sketching. He had a push start.
Well, as ever, the drivers' reflections subtle at times, but no doubt very, very happy drivers in there. A great race at the end, very dramatic ending, wasn't it?
Yeah, talking a lot in terms of tyres there. Interesting to hear their various exploits on how they tried to manage that through the race. And watching the screen there, Lindblad tried to give him a feel, taking all the information he could possibly get. Behind the wheel, Leo Fornaroli, on a great weekend for him, taking the lead of the championship, will be first onto the podium.
Yeah, his second time now onto a Formula 3 podium. He's having a superb season. It's 4 visits for him this season, and that enough to put him in the lead of the championship. That move coming through turn 2 right at the end of the race, a hugely significant one on Luke Browning to put him in the lead of the championship. Christian Mansell on there for the 5th time, but huge applause for all the drivers, I think, particularly those on the podium. They put on a great show. Huge congratulations to Arvid Lindblad. He could have easily thrown that one off the track at the end, but he puts Prema Racing on the top step. It was Bob Schwartzman who helped them lift the trophy the first time we went racing here in 2019 before they lifted the championship trophy. Arvid Lindblad helping them lift the 100th trophy. What a championship we have ahead of us. Christian Mansell, well, another podium for him. He says he has that statistic no one else will have in being the pole sitter for the 100th race. And he can stand on the podium for the 100th race, as can Leo Fornaroli. He's been on this podium several times. 7 now for his Formula 3 career. And he leads the championship. And we celebrate for the 100th time, Alex Brundle. And with that, your final thoughts and reflections on what was a race, I think, of patience throughout the race, degradation, and certainly drama at the end.
A race firmly befitting the title of the 100th race of this era of Formula 3, encapsulated everything that we challenge and everything that we love to see from these young drivers. It was a brilliant contest throughout. Arvid Lindblad dominated that from the early stages, but then was challenged so much with the weather conditions as we got through to the end of the race. Great battling in the mid-pack, and as we move through this mid-European season of Formula 3, I've seen very few championship battles tighter than the one we've got at the moment at the front.
Does look to be a very close championship fight as well. Let's get Omi. What's your last thoughts on this weekend as well?
Great weekend and great action off FIA Formula 3. Celebrating race 100 was absolutely phenomenal. Loved the races that we got. Now on to Austria. It's always thrilling for Formula 3, so cannot wait for that. And also Silverstone coming up as well.
7 days' time is when Formula 3 returns to the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Make sure you join us for all of the action there. The story so far.
Circuits that present so many difficulties when it comes to qualifying, presented many challenges for the drivers. As you can see, one of those challenges would have been taking on the new gravel traps, and that was certainly one of the talking points in qualifying yesterday. Track limits another, and that caught out our championship leader yesterday. He did qualify in 8th place. He has been demoted to 24th place.
Welcome to Spielberg, Austria for round 6 of the FIA Formula 3 Championship and our sprint race as well. Looks like everyone's having technical difficulties this morning to wake up as well. We didn't see the qualifying highlights, and I think we're in Formula E, Formula 3 and Formula E. They do sound very, very similar. But here we go then, here at the Red Bull Ring for the sprint race. It's 9:27 in the morning over there in Austria, 8:27 here in the UK, and everybody alongside me in the comments box, Jack here too. We're all just trying to keep going, but I really hate these early morning starts, so let's hope it's a good race. Good morning, Omi.
Yes, good morning. Keep going, I'm just getting started on JBMotorsports this week. I've had a lot of other commentary throughout the as well. I have been busy, but excited for this Formula 3 race. Ben Sean starting on pole, trying to win his first race as a McLaren Junior. He's won before though this season at Albert Park. So he'll be chasing another victory, second victory in Formula 3. Mansell will be chasing his first. He is in second place, qualified on pole for the 100th race last time out. Let's see if he can take it in the sprint race today.
Morning, Jack, down there in pit lane as well. And boy, oh boy, are we getting ready for what hopefully is going to be a great race. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, thank you very much. Honestly, yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting race. Austria and Spielberg always deliver when it comes to Formula 3. Always a very exciting race. Good to see one of our McLaren juniors on pole position, and also one of them started 4th as well. You can see Alex Dunn. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty exciting race. A little bit tired as well myself. I did stay up till 3 AM to watch the NASCAR truck race. So yeah. Not maybe a mistake on my part.
And people say, why don't we cover more of NASCAR in terms of trucks and Xfinity? Because we would never ever sleep. We barely sleep as we do now to come into it. So let's just stay with Cup, shall we? Justin Bogdanovic starting 8th on the grid as well. Nolion down to 12th, but the championship leader, of course, getting penalised after track limits. It looks like, Omi, this could be still a factor despite the gravel at the side of the circuit. Track limits continue to play an issue here.
Yeah, they definitely could as well. We, of course, a lot with it in the F2 sprint race last time out. But here's the grid for the F3 sprint race today.
Martin Steinschul's on pole position. Christian Mans is alongside him on the front row of the grid. Nicholas Solov alongside Alexander Dune. Then we see Sebastian Montoya in 5th, Lawrence Van Hopen starts 6th, Ollie Goetz is in 7th, Dino Bogdanovic has 8th position. 9th for Gabriel Mini alongside Tim Giovinazzi down in 10th, Arvid Lindblad has 11th, and Noel Leon is in 12th position. It's 13th for Nikita Bedrin with Santiago Ramos in 14th. Luke Browning takes 15th with a penalty alongside Sami Megatuniv starting 16th. 17th for Clan Shields, Max Esterson is in 18th. Sophia Flörsch in 19th position, Joshua Dufek up to 20th. 21st for Tommy Smith with 22nd and Mari Boyer. Mateus Zagazitas in 23rd position. Leonardo Forlaroli takes 24th. Kasper Sutra's in 25th as well with Charlie Verds 26th. Tanasa Vol into Provozak is 27th with Joseph Loke down in 28th position. 29th on the field for Callum Vozin and 30th for Peter Wisnicki lines up on row 15. Time for the formation lap to get underway here at the Red Bull Ring. New camera here this weekend, which is akin back to the original days of the A1 ring where we had sort of a camera at the start lights angle. The wire camera can now go up and across the circuit, so it more zigzags across it to give you a run from turn 1 to turn 2. So it's the first time they've tested this technology as well. But Omi, before we hear from the top 3, what are you thinking as we head down towards turn 1?
Should be a pretty chaotic race. We've seen contact between leaders here in the past, so it should be very exciting. Let's hope we don't get that, but let's hope we get an exciting battle. Stenchel will do all he can to try keep Christian Mansell behind, so it should be a really great race coming our way. As you mentioned, they're all on their formation lap. Let's see if Stenchel will be able to convert it to victory. Let's hear from our top three.
We put new tires, or we put the old ones for tomorrow. As you know, as I said, we have the pace, so maybe saving the new set for Sunday could be a better option to score more points overall in the weekend.
It's great for overtaking, which can be awesome for me, but terrible at the same time, because, you know, if I do Martinius off the line and, you know, then he does me back on the straight, and then you fall into a DRS trade, and then that's it, you know, what can you do?
I think it's gonna be a difficult race to stay in the lead all the race, so we just have to manage as well as we can, and then see where we end up.
There's your runners then here in Formula 3. Fingers crossed it's going to be a very entertaining race. We should have a constant stream of action. Jack, what about you? What are you expecting? Oh, might not have been.
I was on mute. You do this once every stream, man. But anyway, I expect chaos, because Formula 3, it is chaos. I mean, you've got people, especially in the sprint racing, you've got people who aren't usually near the front. I'm not saying that these guys aren't normally near the front, but they're not near the front as often. They're going to be nearer to the front. So I expect pure, unfiltered chaos. It won't be like the truck race last night, but it will probably be close to it. That truck race was, I mean, we went, I'm trying to remember, we couldn't even go a corner without wrecking. It was crazy.
Trucks do that, don't they? I mean, we're in for an interesting start down to turn 1. So,
yeah, circuits like this and Monza just deliver chaos in Formula 3, but an overtaking fest at the same time.
Lewis Hamilton, I thought, what was he eating? Because he said that this race is usually boring. You usually don't see a lot of overtaking. That's because he's used to winning it. He's not used to fighting in it, and that Mercedes can't overtake anything. Austria is one of the best circuits on the Formula 1 calendar. It's a short track race, as Omi says, overtaking fest. 21 laps ahead of us then. Wisnicki and Vozin line up at the back of the field. We'll get the green flag. The camera starts to shoot down. It will then be all eyes to those red shining lights. There'll be a 5-light procedure and then a randomly determined pause of up to 7 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Lights out in Austria. It's a good start from Steinshaw. Better get away though from Solov. And again, Steinshaw has to come across because in the second phase of the start, Mansell has the inside line to turn 1 and gets ahead. Looking further back as well to see if they all make it do. No contact. And Dino Beganovic is spinning 360 and keeps on going. Beganovic goes right to the back of the field. Mansell's under pressure from Steinshaw. Meantime, Tommy Smith is side by side with Nolly on as well for the back. Mansell's keeping the inside line. Steinshaw's trying to go around the outside and gets sent off the circuit. Solov with Dune side by side. And now look at this from Solov trying to come back on the inside line. Steinshaw cuts in behind Mansell. They're 3 wide as we go down to Sochner's Gold. Mansell on the inside. Steinshaw in the middle. Round the outside goes Solov and up into second position. Brilliant start from Mansell and Solov. But Mansell did not get the initial great getaway on me, but in the second phase of the start got going and the safety car is out.
Yep, safety car out on the opening tour of the race as well. So a dramatic start to the race, but what a battle out front. Solov versus Mansell, and then Central falling down the order. Dunn maintaining position in P4, but it's absolute chaos at the start of this race, and Kasper Stuka is eliminated at the start, we believe.
Charlie Vert's also in 29th position with Dino Beganovic in 28th as well, so there might have been a problem there. That's Sutra stopped. He's the only one on the circuit on the run out of turn 1. I wonder if he had contact. There's the Aston Martin safety car. What a start there, Jack. What did you make of it?
Yeah, what racing that was. That was absolutely brilliant. As you see the MP Motorsport car just pulled over to the side of the track. I'm not entirely sure who that is. But Yeah, what a start that was. Some brilliant battling. You saw Dino Bogdanovic unfortunately spun round. But other than that, we had some absolutely top-class racing. As you can see, Christian Mansell taking the lead through there. But just some absolutely phenomenal racing. Almost going 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide, I thought, at points. But who makes contact here? I think it's the VAR car there at the back. That's who I want to say it was who hit Bogdanovic.
Amy?
Yep, indeed. If it was one of the VARs, I'm going to guess it would be Noel Leon, but Bogdanovic tucking in, Travanitz and Mansell, not Mansell, sorry, Laurenton Hoopen right to us as we made our way to Montoya, and then it seems like Bogdanovic just loses it on exit, trying to get on the power, trying to fight up the hill, but no, instead he just loses it. They're lucky not to stall that one, but lucky to be in this contest, and then this is, we're going to see it with Gabriele Mini now.
Let's have a look. There was 0 contact. Yeah, Bogdanovic just spun it on his own. He got the curve.
Interesting.
This is Browning. So what happens to Casper? No sign of anything there. Browning gets nearly shoved off. He does get shoved off the circuit. Oh my word! Horrific driving standards there by Nikita Bedrin. Alright, safety car's out. Slightly concerned that's our Formula 3 standard of driving from Bedrin there, just forcing him off the track, throwing him towards the wall.
I do think Ram off pitch as well. So we don't know the reason why why that he has had to come into the pit lane, but we're on the second lap of this one. Crazy start so far. The normal typical Formula 3 stuff is safety car out on the opening of the race. When we do get racing, should be a very exciting one, and should be some more overtaking coming our way on the opening lap. But yes, no idea on how Casper Stuka exited the race there.
So it's Charlie Verts, Tommy Smith, well, hang on a minute. It's Tommy Smith, Santiago Ramos, and Joshua Dufek. They've all come into the pit lane. Verts has now dropped to 26th position, so last of those who have not stopped. Safety car's out, and we will proceed behind it for at least another lap after this one. So lap 5 is the earliest we can restart, unless we get the safety car ending by the time we get out of Sochi's goal. Let's have some interviews.
It's definitely, there's more opportunities at this track, especially if you have a tricky qualifying and start further back. I think there's more opportunities to come to the front. Obviously, we're on a soft tyre this weekend, which will have more deg. So I think if you manage to look after your tyres well at the beginning of the race, I think you'll really benefit from that towards the end.
And safety car still out then. Let's cross over to the world feed, get the thoughts of Chris McCarthy and Alex Brendel.
Podium here, we've still got a way to go in this race, but this one nicely poised so far. And now we're back on these European tracks. We spoke a little bit about this. Those drivers, those rookie drivers in particular, are familiar territory, and it's starting to level out the field side.
It's a little bit more on home ground, isn't it? For example, the experience with regards to the tyre there from Alex Dunn, giving it a feel for the difference in compound. What he means by look after the tyre at the beginning of the stint is avoid graining on this soft compound tyre. It's relatively well known around here that it's easy to slide the tyre across the road in these sequential right-handers that end the lap, and indeed in the middle sector as well, the front tyre. Damage the surface of it early in the race, especially in cooler conditions like we have on the track right now, or relatively cooler than it will be later on. You damage the tyre and then it never comes back to you. It's not a high degradation surface, but it is a surface that has the opportunity to deliver that graining to the car, and you can really get yourself in trouble around here if you do so. The incident in turn 1 involving Verts and Stuka will be noted, not yet investigated, so we'll see if there's a penalty resulting from that. Nice early call on the safety car ending this lap, gives Mansell an opportunity to walk the tyre.
Now let's have a look at that, try and look at that incident towards the back of the field. They started right in the last couple of rows,
yeah, so you're looking for the orange car, top right of your screen. That's Stuka just making his way into the braking zone now.
Well, let's have a look then. Oh, he runs over the back.
I think that's Joseph Lowe.
Right, so he runs over the back. Yeah, let's have a look. Over the 17, and that is Charlie Wirtz. That's why Wirtz has dropped back, Omi, so far down the field.
Yeah, it could have been Loke on the inside as well. So it was 3 wide heading down in there, and that means Asper Stuka is out of the race. Safety car is ending though. We got that message pretty early. ART 1 and 2. Mansell, who will be leading us back to green flag racing.
Let's see where we go then. Green flag will be displayed and overtaken to the start-finish line though, remember that. Even I've got the lag coming through on my end. Mansell hits the pedal and we go racing. Yeah, I'm hitting myself twice back now, that's confusing me. We're racing here at the Red Bull Ring. Mansell, Solov, Steinshaw, Dune, Montoya, the top 5. And anyone fancy a move? Taking a look, yeah, further up into turn number 1. Lindblad under attack as well from Leon Chiminazzi 2. And Goethe finding behind. So Chiminazzi ahead of Leon, Lindblad, Bedrin, Browning, Negatunif. 3 wide further back though as well, because they are not giving up as Arvin Lindblad tries to send it to the inside line. Leon will get back ahead. And no, Chiminazzi gets ahead in the braking zone, so it's all changed back, and Benja's out past Lindblad. It's all happening as well, but with Luke Browning, who's now trying to join this fight with Benjamin and Browning. He's on the grass, he's going around the outside line to turn 4, a double downhill manoeuvre. Can he pull it off? Yes, he can! Luke Browning with a stellar overtake there, either side of both of them into turn 4, and he's up into 11th position.
Super stuff by Luke Browning. They were battling on the inside. He said that he will go all the way around the outside, and he did. Turned it into a traction race down to turn number 6. Brilliant stuff by him as well. Bedrin battling with Sami Megatunif, who's trying to get through as well as we go down towards turn number 9. They're all looking all over the road for an opportunity to overtake. We're still yet to get DRS, but they're still all going for it with late sends up the inside. Joseph Loke also is making his way through into Sanapol into Pruvazak.
So, lap 6 of 21. The lead still with Mansell as everyone else shuffles back. They're going to have DRS this lap, and there are 3 DRS zones to choose from. Bogdanovic down in 24th position. Mansell's got a 1:24.390, and a few drivers then will now sense the opportunity to have this DRS, but they're all slipstreaming anyway up into turn 3 as we see Megatuna trying to go around the outside of Bedrin, and does so. Into Pruvazak ahead of Clan Shields. Down to 4. A few more overtakes Omi coming his way, but that's about it. Everyone just settling now to the DRS train.
Yep, absolutely. Luke Browning looking for it on Tim Travenis. Can he go to the inside and back out of that one? He's had a good race so far. He's already been eliminated from a sprint contest this season. That will not want that again. So he is going to try and make overtakes when he can, where possible. But it seems like it's a good drive so far for Luke Browning, so he'll be hoping that he can continue. The 2 McLaren Juniors seem close. The 2 ARTs also look battle as well with the DRS. So we've got some interesting scraps coming our way now with the DRS open. There'll all be a DRS train with 15 now.
Mansell does a 1:23.783, another fastest lap of the race. Solov just staying behind him. Jack, do you reckon Solov's going to have an attack? It is his teammate after all.
I don't think he's going to be too aggressive, but I think he'll definitely try and make a move if he's quicker. That's my opinion, because really in Formula 3, these people aren't exactly teammates. They just drive for the same team. There are no team orders in Formula. Oh, as Buonarroli is shoved off there. He keeps his foot on the floor though. And meanwhile here is Solov trying to go around the outside of Christian Mansell. They're side by side going through the corner. And a brilliant move. Nicola Solov takes the lead of the race.
Well, you were saying, Jack, about how they're not really teammates, they drive for the same team. I think that's proven what your point was. He is going to attack Mansell, because depending on what was happening out there on the circuit, that was Sophia Flörsch pushing Forlaroli off the track as well. Sophia up in 16th position at the moment. Forlaroli's now dropped behind Mary Boyer as well. This is the move, Amy.
Indeed. Yeah, this was the move as well. So Mansell, all you can do is try to defend Solov with so much momentum round the outside. We saw a brilliant battle between ARTs in Bahrain that possibly even cost them the victory in the opening race of the season that belonged to Arvid Lindblad. But yes, they're all going to go and fight as much as they can. Now, this was Mari Boyer and Leonardo Fornaroli with not a lot of margin as we made our way to the third turn of the circuit. Fornaroli deeper on the brakes trying to get through, but Boyer is just going to show him the curb, and Fornaroli is going to have to rejoin the road. Gets the better momentum though, and then is able to take the position on exit.
Nicely done as well, as it was actually side by side with Boyer as well, as you say, not Flörsch. Flörsch moved ahead now. She is up as well, but challenging Max Esterson. Don't forget, Sophia Flörsch got her best ever result in Formula 3 at this circuit last year. A 9th place finish, scored points in the World Championship as well for Formula 3. She actually also did it in the sprint race, but got a penalty, so she went out the next day and did it again.
Indeed, top two not separated by anything still, so they're still looking to battle. They could open the door for the McLaren Juniors soon as well. Central will be desperate to try and fight back in this one.
Down we go again. Mansell's got the DRS, Steinshaw 2 as Dune, but I think there's a gap just big enough. Mansell is going to have the attack on Solov. It's a long run up towards turn 3. This is out of turn 1, the Niki Lauda curve. Turn 2 doesn't really exist. It's a kink that was added for MotoGP. Then they added the 2A and 2B chicane. So turn 3 is Remus, the first real opportunity for braking zone as well. After turn 1, they all climb up the hill. No one going for an overtake so far. Steinshaw and Doom, remember, they're not the same livery for McLaren drivers, but different teams. High Tech and MP, with the two at the front, are teammates as well. But they're all independent. They all want to win this race. Mansell just can't get alongside Solov into Sochi's Gold at turn 4. It used to be the Bosch curve.
Can't get...
Gone.
Yes, can't get through indeed. At that opportunity, Fornaroli Boyer has been noted as well, so the turn 3 incident which we were telling you about earlier on. Now we're on lap number 9 of this race. The ARTs continue to deal it out. McLaren's both juniors going to try and show who's better. Sophia Flörsch dropping down slightly, has lost a few places. Zagazeta has also just got through as well on Sophia Flörsch.
Now at 9:07, I will be disappearing to start Megan on the MotoGP. I'll leave you on battle screen with Omi and Jack leading this race coverage, so you won't miss a thing on the channel. But I'll be back for like 2 minutes while I just let Megan start MotoGP and their practice session, and then I'll take over here towards the end of the session as well. And then she's coming here with JT to start the pre-show for Formula 1. Oh, broken front wing! That's for Sophia Flörsch! No! Sophia's got a broken front wing! And Browning's having a go on the inside line on Tim Triminazzi, and he's got him. He's got him, yeah, on the inside. And look how much Browning's tyres have been disintegrated, but Triminazzi's fighting back. He's trying to go around the outside, down into Sochi's Gold. We know that's opportunity for overtaking, but meantime as well, Montoya nearly making severe contact with Alexander Dune. They rubbed wheels, but did... Benjamin, well, Forlaroli's dropped back to position. Medicuna and Finestis got through, but I think Browning has stayed ahead of Triminazzi.
Yeah, so Browning passed Tim Traminitz there as well. But yes, I mentioned Sophia Flörsch dropping down the answer. Now we've got our reason to why as well. Such disappointment for her. That's why she lost a few places there as well. Lindblad now will be the next one to go on the attack in the battle for 11th on Traminitz. But it's a battle for the lead overall because everyone is in this trade. Everyone's all got... really fighting for it as we come over the line once again. Mansell's going to have another chance to go on the attack. Montoya is going to try and get past Alex Dunn as well.
Sophia Flörsch says box to change front wing for Van Amersfoort Racing. And she's in now as well. I'll put her last overall. Zakazita and Lokov are noted for leaving the track and getting an advantage. Montoya has the DRS on Alexander Dune. Is he using anything from his dad? No. Meantime, further back, double lock-up as we see side by side Goethe and Van Hopen. Van Hopen jumping off the track within Goethe as well, just side by side. Still that battle raging on. Montoya trying to go around the outside and can't get ahead of Dune. Meantime, Goethe v Van Hopen, and Van Hopen stays ahead. Need a drink and all this, wow.
Yeah, battling. Yes, Formula 3 Austria delivering, but yes, Goethe tried to attack Lawrence Van Hopen as well in the battle, as you did mention. So we've got a few scraps going on. This is Beganovich down to turn 1.
Now who's he attacking? Joseph Loke.
Is he going to get a run? Yeah.
That was simple. Why do we need to see this?
So he's overtaking Joseph Loke.
Yeah.
Simple.
That was very much needed of a replay, wasn't it? Wow. Fantastic.
Some wide. A simple overtake. Okay.
Well, I think the race director needs to have a
My
little bit of a
God.
thing. Yeah. So down we go again. This is up to turn 4. Solov leads Mansell, Steinshaw, Dune, Montoya. That's the top 5. But they're all still so close together. Follow early again. Trying to have a go around the outside of Bedrin and gets okay drives on a sausage curb. Out of turn 3 at Remus, down the hill to Socha's Gold. Forlarone's on the outside line, gets ahead of Bedrin. Bedrin will have the last of the late braking zone if he can just about hold it on the inside line. He does so. Meantime, just behind, we've got Bedrin and Boyer battling out, and Bedrin gets ahead of Boyer. Forlarone in there too. Time Screen can't keep up as he tries to go on the outside now. So Forlarone gets ahead of Bedrin. Boyer gets ahead of Esterson.
All happening in this race, and still having to defend. Right now is Bedrin because Boyer is trying to fight back.
Inside line at Rins, and he's got him. You're never really going to defend that if he's an awful long the inside line. Last 2 corners really are single file.
Now we've got 2 trains forming with Megatunif outside the 1 second.
That's what worries me. Bye-bye our camera.
Goodness me.
Gets destroyed by car 6 of Ramos.
Ramos.
Was he passing Mansell? No. So Ramos a lap down now? No. He was back up with Charlie Verts.
They are very... Was the Van Amet. So... Yeah, could have been... We'll need to work out probably who that one was. Maybe Tommy Smith.
Yeah, I bet it was Tommy Smith actually looking at it.
Mansell though, so... graphics. So the graphics team are having a mare there.
Taking a while for everyone to wake up, yeah.
On this morning with technology.
Reminder that after this we've got at 9:10 the MotoGP free practice team. Megan starting it off. I'll finish it. Then we got MotoGP qualifying. That's at 9:45. 10:15. You've got the F1 sprint build up. Josh T and Megan. Megan hosting Josh T there as well, giving all the lowdowns. And then at 12:25 the F2 sprint. 1:50 is the MotoGP sprint. Then it's 2:45 for F1 qualifying. 3:25 for FP2 Formula E. Jess taking her through that with the world feed. 5:30 FE qualifying. 9:30 is the race 1 coverage as well. Look how close the top 3 are now. And look how close everyone is, but Mansell especially wants a run on Solov. You can sense it trying to break through. Hill, the car's flying past us. What are you making of the race so far then, Jack? 14 and 21.
Good battles taking place right now. You got, looks like Gunn and I think Stenton, I think you might have pronounced it.
Yeah.
Both of them keeping up with two ARTs fairly nicely here as we look here. Just a quick little nice slow-mo shot that they always seem to show in the race that I don't personally see the point of. Yeah, it should be some pretty exciting racing to go still in this race, despite the lack of pit stops.
I think, they've sort of taken their MotoGP approach, haven't they? So sort of show replays. Look at Mansell. Such a DRS run. He's going to go to the inside line at Remus. And can he get ahead of Solov? Yes, he can. But is Solov going to swap back? Tries on the outside line. Mansell had that defended. Brilliant run. But here comes Solov again, Omi, down towards turn 4 at Socha's Gold.
Yep, he's got a chance to fight back. Mansell will force him the long way around, but I think Solov's going to have this.
That's going to be close. That's going to be very, very tight. Solov just about holds it around the outside. Mansell will not defend any harder than he has to because it will result in them both going off the track. And into the lead of the race goes Nikola Solov. Mansell back to second. Bedrins past Zagazito as well.
Yes, and we had the two Tridents collided who battled for the sprint win last time out in the opening laps of the race. So these two ARTs don't want to follow suit and also have contact as well, as we're still all battling. Montoya still looking for it on Alex Dunn. This race starting to come alive once again. So Dunn is going to be under massive pressure now down the start-finish straight, and then also the second and third straight that will follow. So we've got some interesting battles coming our way this lap.
Look at this, Montoya trying to go around the outside of June. Now he cuts back to the inside line on the run into turn 1. Fabulous move from Montoya. Can he hold it in the outside? No. And there's contact. There's more contact on the grass. Goes Alexander Dune, and there's more contact. And another. And another. Montoya defending like his father. And now he's in a similar situation that Montoya was with Schumacher in 2001. And Peel Montoya goes off the track exactly like what Pablo did. Yeah. Wow. Dune back through, and here comes everybody else. Mini's involved in there too, and the lead's changing again. Mansell's on the inside line. Mansell gets ahead and moves up, and meantime, it's all chaos behind as Dune heads ahead of Montoya, Van Hopen, Goethe, Mini in there too, as everyone now starts to have a cataclysmic result.
Yep, here we go as well with Mini trying to get through as well. He was side by side with Noah Leon. Van Hopen has been passed as well. So has Goethe. Goethe's dropped down slightly, but brilliant battling for a whole lap between these two drivers, or nearly a whole lap. And this is absolutely amazing stuff. Travis now going to try and attack Browning, but everyone from 4th downwards has lost a bit of time. And Megatune trying to put some pressure on Arvid Lindblad as well.
And contact! And off the track with a rear puncture goes Arvid Lindblad. And he's going to have a very long race to get back to the pit lane as well. Damage, as we see Forlaroli drop back. Just the slightest of contact, and Lindblad drops back. Oh, and lead again changing. Stanshaw's now involved in this one as well. So Lindblad with a puncture. Oh, round the outside! Oh. Solov desperate to hold off against Montoya. Come on, guys. Bit of respect as we come down to turn 4. And into the lead goes Mansell. Oh, some big accident. Huge accident. And this will be a red flag for sure.
Ooh.
Safety car's out. Car in the middle of the circuit. I think it's Montoya. Huge accident for Sebastian Montoya on the run down to turn 4 at Socha's Gold, hitting the barrier and spinning at least a 720 back into the centre of the circuit. Safety car is immediately deployed. It will be a red flag, no doubt about that in my mind. Huge accident. And let's hope that Sebastian Montoya is okay because he's climbing out of the car. A testament to modern machinery. But that was always going to happen, Omi. Montoya was... And they were all battling so hard, especially Montoya.
Yeah, they were all battling So, and Stenson was able to move up to second place as well. So he was able to get past Christian Mansell's position there. Huge moment for Sebastian Montoya. The safety car is out. But yes, great to see that Montoya is climbing out of the car and is okay.
Too much debris down there with not enough laps remaining. I will assume this will be a red flag and maybe a call to end the race here. With the schedule that we have, and if there's a barrier damaged, which in that type of instance I think there would be, we'll wait to see what the initial run is. I expect that we'll spend at least another lap and a half on the safety car, then we'll see if it's a red flag or not. I think it will be. They can't really end it under the safety car. There's too much debris across the track, and Sebastian Montoya looks A-OK, which is great news. Lindblad's into the pit lane with his puncture. Right, let's take a look at this. One more with Gabriel Mini. Just ahead is Sebastian Montoya and Alexander Dune. Now, Dune goes late and contacts slightly with Mini, but it's going to be Montoya and Dune side by side. Dune goes to the inside, Montoya to the outside. Dune gives him no room. Montoya gets on the grass and tries to cut back across and slams into the barrier. That's Dune not giving Montoya enough racing room there, Romy. How do you reckon of that as we see the long angle now?
Yeah, this was between the leaders as well. So this was the move that we had going through for Mansell getting past, and those two were both battling with Solov trying to go all the way around the outside. But yes, there was chaos behind with Dune and Mansell. Dune and Montoya, making contact, and lucky everyone was able to avoid that as Montoya's car went to the outside line. One of the Rodins also having to take a bit of a wide line close to the gravel to try and take action. Yeah, and then this is where we get the lead change once again. Yeah, this is where we got the change once again, and this is where we got Solov going through and then going through. So the exit.
Was that under safety car? That's the question. Safety car boards were out when Steinshaw got ahead of Mansell. So I think Steinshaw might have to get that place back under the safety car. Lap 19 of 21. There's Arvid Lindblad, who can resume, but a lap down in this event. And we would have ended in enough time without the need of this result. But safety car's out. Is it broken suspension? No, new tyre fitted. So he should be good to go. But I don't think we'll be racing very long. This has to surely be a red flag, unless they're just going to end it completely under safety car, which I can see. But by the time we're 2:22, we might just make it in time. Literally, you might have to call the checkered flag and then leave to go start the recording with Megan. This is side by side. Lindblad. That's where Lindblad got the puncture. Off the back of Megatuniv. And that was easily done. Did well to get it back, actually. Right, they're assessing it.
Entire lap as well.
Yeah. Right, they've got the car out of the way at turn 4. Now they're assessing the barrier damage. They've got to sweep it all too, so we're running out of laps. Looks like this race again is going to end behind the safety car. 4 minutes, 4 minutes. Oh, it's tight. I can tell you that right now. Might be slightly late on air for MotoGP in the second practice session. Just a tad late. Unless they throw the red, and it's pretty much done. Which they haven't done. So 2 to go.
Yeah.
Last lap time was a 2:12. 2, 4, 24, 8. All right, maybe we'll just have enough time. The flag will fall, and then I'll have to literally run out the box and leave you on the world feed for 5 minutes. Let's hope later on it's better timing as well. strange session. Really is confusing everybody out here. This is the lead change again with Solov. It turns out to be the winning move of the race. Now the outside line downhill to turn 4. So Lindbland's out of the race now as well.
Indeed,
Go on, sorry, go on, Amy.
Yeah, but he wasn't able to hold it further on, as we see another replay of Montoya losing it. So you would think it was done.
Yeah, it was a big one.
Yeah, that's from Gertha on the radio. But you'd think it was done for Christian Mansell, but instead he loses it to Solov and Stenshorn at a place where we usually wouldn't see it at turn number 6.
Mini must have been
Still,
terrified.
we need to see what happens with. He would have, because that car could have, Montoya's car could have easily went into the path of his car as it was going more and more to the outside. Browning was just able to avoid it as well.
Safety car's coming in. We're going to have 1 lap of racing.
Here we go. 1 lap.
What? Wow.
Here we go.
Hands up, who expected that? Brilliant work for the marshals. So, 1 more lap of racing to decide who will win the sprint race here, and we are go. Black and white flag for car 26 though, as we get onto the last lap. No DRS then, so it's all going to have to be done with slipstream manoeuvres, but that's not a problem with these Formula 3 cars. A little bit wide there as well for Lawrence Van Hopen. He's going to leave himself vulnerable to Gabriel Mini as they head down towards turn number 3, or head uphill. And Mini's trying to go around the outside of Van Hopen into Remus. Can he make the move stick? No, he can't. He'll try and get the cut back, better exit speed. And I think Omi as well, he might just have it.
It went on the grass momentarily. It seems like he'll need to do it. Down to turn number 4. Lawrence Van Hopen, of course, will cover the inside. Can Mini get to the inside? Can he get to the outside? Seems like he's stuck behind. Gertha also waiting for his opportunity. Solov has survived that restart absolutely perfectly. He has got a 7/10 gap. The battle will continue, and now Mini from the attack is looking to defend. Gertha's going to try and do something in the last sector, but we're running out of chances in this one, as Ramos has got past Joshua Defect, but Solov about to take the flag first.
Now Leon trying to pass Tim Chamanitz. It is not working out as well. Nicolas Solov, though, is going to be having a cloud 9 here in Austria. Comes out of Rindt into the last corner. Steinshaw tried as Boyer's got a problem. Boyer drops down, down, down. But Solov goes high, high, high and wins the sprint race here in Austria. Mansell will finish in 3rd, Steinshaw 2nd, Dune 4th, Van Hopen 5th. But what happened? Oh, it's some kind of issue with Boyer. Drops him down into 18th position. No further than that, 22nd now for Boyer as he came across the line. Wow. Right, we'll get the thoughts in a minute with our Punjab team. Let's hand over to the World Feed as I'll go start MotoGP.
Brilliant drive from Solov, who really had to get his elbows out with Mansell hard charging behind. I don't think Solov had the fastest car of these leaders, but he got the job done.
Well done, mate. Well done. Good job.
Yeah, come on. Good one, boy.
Thank you.
Wild battling over the lead of that one. A nicely delivered restart as well from Solov.
It really was. It was those moves at turn 4, wasn't it? Round the outside, on the brakes. Nicolas Solov down to this corner, did so well. And Stenshaw did very well. He stayed so patient in that race and picked up 2nd.
Allez, mate, good job.
Something good, right? Yeah, I felt we had good pace for the safety car came out because I saved my tires out a lot in the beginning, so.
So much of it about the management of the tyre for the drivers, especially when you have a last-ditch restart like that. You need the tyre to work for you. How much of it have you got left? But yes, good patience again from Stenshaw, who was under pressure from his fellow McLaren Academy graduate Alex Dunn early on in the race. Managed to steal a move on Christian Mansell and held on to it to the flag. Christian Mansell, again, another podium. Will be delighted with that. And another very accomplished drive from a driver who's becoming a routine podium finisher, isn't he, at Formula 3 level?
He really is, Christian Mansell. 3 in 3 rounds. And this. Let's have a look at what Dino Beganovic was up to.
So we saw Mari Boyer tumbling down the order on the final lap, and that's because he's off on the apex, across the apex of turn 8. So this was eagle-eyed amongst you may well have seen a driver off the road as they all came across the line, which was Esterson making his way back on the start-finish straight.
That's a shame. He was having a very good race, 18th. Mari Boyer dropped to 22nd. There was so much to keep up with in that pace. Yes, great job to the guys, as always, for delivering us all the pictures. Nicolas Solov, though, delivered us some great action to watch, didn't he? Fernando Alonso, I think, would have been very proud of his performance there. A driver who always gets his elbows out when required and always gets himself to the top step of the podium when he sees the opportunity. And that's exactly what Nicolas Solov has done today. The Bulgarian driver who made history at Monaco is back to the top step of the podium. This time, for the second time in his Formula 3 career, and he is really starting to come into the form we all expected when he came into this championship last year. A Spanish F4 champion in 2022, backed by the Alpine Academy, and now Nicolas Solov starting to really show some dangerous form for his opponents, isn't he?
Bruno Famin. Make sure you say congratulations to Bruno. He's your future employer. There we go. Nicolas Solov checking out, taking the plaudits of the Alpine Academy as well. He might. And a brilliant drive, as you say, Chris, from him. Sitting 12th in the championship now, as you say, a couple of wins to his name, 25 points. That'll vault him a decent way up the standings. Christian Mansell looking potentially slightly reserved. He wants that win, doesn't he, Mansell?
I think so. Yeah, I think he saw his chance of his first Formula 3 win today. It didn't come. It was that exit out of turn 4. He'll think about that one. But nevertheless, that could have been a race where he could have ended up watching from the sidelines. It was a heated battle out there, wasn't it? He took the points. He took the point when he had some of his championship rivals out of them. He took the points.
Well, as we saw further back, it only takes one bit of aggression, unfortunate moment, tiny bit of hot-headedness for it to end up in the outside wall. And every time they go side by side down towards turn 4 like that, that's an option, that's an opportunity, because these young drivers get it right so much of the time. It's easy to forget that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But side by side they went, and Solov and Mansell, must be said, great respectful racing between those two.
Likewise, Stenchon as well. The Frecker vice champion. He is another who's starting to show some really good form, the McLaren Junior. Two drivers leading us across the line. The one that led us home, Alpine Academy driver, Nicolas Solov. Once again on the podium in Formula 3. Once again on the top step. This time at the Red Bull Ring. Had to fight a little harder for it this time than he did on the streets of Monaco. Had to pull off some fantastic moves. But certainly, that's one he will remember.
It's a different prospect here, isn't it? From being towards the front of the grid in Monaco and hanging on to it. You've really got to fight for it here, and fight for it he did. With regards to the Drivers' Championship, Fornaroli still leads the standings from Luke Browning. Minimal change there, of course, between those two. They finished line astern in the race, but neither of them scoring.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, the leading driver to score is Gabriele Mini, who closes up the gap to 77 points for him now, in third position in the Drivers' Championship. So very few points now covering the top 3. Lindblad with that puncture, not scoring that time around, so stalemate towards the front of the series. But of course, a lot of points to be dished out tomorrow. Fornaroli will again start outside a points paying position, down in 24th, so it's going to be tricky for him. Let's listen in.
You got the beef, right? Cool, sorry?
It was so difficult to race the second.
I passed you, and then I was trying to save. You were saving as well. Yeah. Did you get when we slowed down. Yeah. But it was just like that. Yeah. Because I lifted, and then I saw it was green, so I just went. But you didn't lift at all, no?
Yeah, I lifted when I overtook you, like a foot on the left side.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to do something different.
I'm sitting on the ground, there's not much to record.
It's confusing with them beeps.
It's a very rookie mistake. I mean,
not really, because you get a penalty if you go flat.
Yeah,
like me in Imola, so you have to lift. And I lifted as well.
Well, Christian Mansell certainly not happy there.
Yeah, discussion there about the moment of that Montoya incident, I think, where, of course, the yellows came out. We've seen nothing in terms of it being picked up by race control, which is why we haven't referenced it at all.
Yeah.
But the drivers all there, covering off their actions when the yellows came out, which, of course, the incident behind them, but it did go to safety cars. So we'll see if anything comes of that. Nothing being noted so far with regards to their performance. Christian Mansell, though, takes third position on the rostrum. Discussion there between them about their actions taken, but for the moment, these are the podium positions that we have.
Yeah, well, Christian Mansell, that's going to be 4 for him this season, 6 in his Formula 3 career. Martinez Stenchorn out on the podium for the second time. Likewise, Nicholas Solov, and both times we've seen him there, he's been on the top step, the Bulgarian driver. Well done to Nicholas Solov, the Alpine Academy driver for ART Grand Prix, taking his second win in Formula 3. He's doing a really superb job in recent rounds. The young 17-year-old starting to really find some form. He had to really fight hard for that one, pulled off some fabulous moves, particularly around the outside of turn 4. Helps ART Grand Prix to another win this season. Another podium it'll be as well for Martinez as well. That's points scored in the last 2 rounds now as well, after a slight dip of form by his standards, but now we're seeing him in tracks he's familiar with. We're seeing the Martinez Stenchel we all expected.
Yep, Christian Mansell finishing in 3rd position. Another great result for him. And now, as ever, here on the podium, it's champagne time! All by Christian Mansell, who's too young to do so as well. But away we go. Let's get thoughts then quickly about Puncher team, starting with Jack. Jack, what did you make of the race? He's on mute.
Got it. Okay, never mind, I'm back. Sorry, I forgot I was on mute. Pretty exciting race. Great battles for the lead. Austria never disappoints. I feel a little bit bad for Mansell there, who's too young for the champagne. Feel a little bit bad for him. But hey, there's better things in life than alcohol, in my opinion. But yeah, brilliant, brilliant race. Formula 3 at Spielberg never disappoints. And Of course, Josh and I imagine Omi will see you all tomorrow for the feature race.
Absolutely.
Formula 3.
Oops, there we go. By Solov, our second repeat winner of the year. Let's see what's going to happen in tomorrow's race, but an exciting race today, typical Formula 3.
Thanks, Omi. Thanks, Jack. We'll see you later on then for F1 sprinting. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. You're back with us live here on JB Motorsports. Myself and Omi with you for the end of day 2 here of the F3 testing. And this is live as well with Solov again on top. Omi, good afternoon to you. What have you made then of day 2 of this new generation of Formula 3 cars?
Hello everyone. Well, it's been another day of just getting more and more data in. It's really just the way of this test. A complete new car means that that's really the only goal. You've also got more rookies compared to usual. You've got 19 in total. So everyone's just trying to get the data compared to, let's say, other years where they may have different approaches. So loads of programs going on, especially near the end of this session, but definitely has been quite an interesting day. And yes, from some of the recorded stuff, of course, with the old commentaries that we've been playing, Nicholas Solov was the winner, and he's also currently on top as well, which is great.
Yeah, nice how that one worked out, to be fair. One more day coming then tomorrow, and it's massively different as well, isn't it, Omi? Because we're going to have the usual 8 till 11 UK time, but then we're going 12 till 4, or is it 12 till 3? Do we get an extra hour or not?
So, if I just get the schedule back up, so tomorrow we go from 8 to 11 as usual, and then we do 12 to 3. So, what's happening there is we have one less hour of a lunch break, and we end basically 1 hour early, so they get the same time.
Oh, well, I was kind of hoping we might have a difference of times, but it seems like we're just going to have to leave it with that at the moment. Coming through. Don't know why Joshua Dufek was highlighted throughout the day. We've had a... Hello, car 26 looks like we've got a stop on the circuit. No, there we go, transponder gets going again. Only had one red flag earlier on, but that was not an actual red flag. That was them, I believe, testing the systems ahead of this year, the procedures.
Yes, so that was one of the red flags. There was another one, though. That was for Lecorte, who stopped on the circuit. So, yeah, a bit of tech issues going on for Lecorte, I think, or something definitely went on. I'm unsure if it was a spin or what happened with that, but that was in session 1 of the day. He had that issue with 45 minutes to go. He managed to get back to the pit lane. I think they all helped him get out, or whatever happened. He was back running, went back into the pit lane, and came out with about 14 minutes to go in that session. So a bit of time lost there. So yes, for Lecorte, he was one of the drivers who, did cause a red flag, and that's that's a proper first red flag of the year. But of course, as you mentioned, there was lots of tests and all sorts going on the circuit as well.
Callum Vosin said in an interview with Formula 3 earlier on, it is extremely intense. The next 2 days we're going to push and going to continue to keep pushing and to try and collect as much data as possible. This new car, though, sounds stunning, looks stunning, renewable fuel as well. It seems to have actually made a good lot of sense, finally, here for Formula 3. And I just get the feeling as well that we're into a new little golden age. But one thing we don't want is what's happened with Formula 2. As they've got a brand new car, it's also then they've gone and had so many problems with it. Are we looking good for F3 this year?
Well, at least for now, it looks good. From all the reports that came out, yesterday there was a report that came out that everything went well from people at the circuit. So this wasn't just Formula 3, this was just someone on the circuit. Absolutely everything went well. There wasn't any issues that took place. They had 15 minutes of shakedown. Remember, Formula 2 last year, they had about a whole separate weekend of a shakedown. Formula 3, on the same week, had a 15-minute shakedown, and that's it. Then there's pre-season.
Yeah.
So they had so much less limited time compared to Formula 2, and everything's gone better, everything's gone well, and yes, it looks like everything's strong. We're not having that reliability stuff. We're not seeing, hopefully, any of the unfair advantages going on, but of course we're going to get a better idea when the season gets underway. One thing I did notice was the times of the cars look a little bit quicker. Of course, we can't fully judge, but these cars from what we've seen over the previous years with Formula 3 around this circuit, because remember, this is the test circuit for them, and of course, they also race around here. The cars definitely do look a little bit quicker, and they are being able to execute the corners better, and they definitely seem a bit more stable, which is nice to see. So some hard, close racing we're going to get.
Just taking a look as well at some of the plans for tomorrow. Expect to see some more practice start sessions in the end of the day, which is going to be interesting. But yeah, I think as well we've got a good mix. The drivers seem happy, the teams seem happy coming into it. And also, if you missed it, tomorrow you'll get a chance to hear Omi talking with Javier once more in the JB Motorsports podcast in the afternoon session. So that's when we'll get our time attack. So Omi once again will be on the airwaves with it. But I'm also thinking that we're going to be in for, I don't want to say chaos, because that's sort of a sort of recurring theme for us, but we're going racing for the first time in these cars in Australia. I mean, we know how dramatic Formula 3 can be at that place. Throwing a brand new car in, is it sort of asking for disaster straight away? We're going to see some, well, we will see accidents, we will see retirements, and we've got 2 already explosive races Albert Park lined up. Is it sort of the best way to start it, or would you have started it in Bahrain?
Well, I guess the championship, I'd say, kind of would have preferred to start with Bahrain. Just start calm, nice and easy with some good racing. I think everyone would have preferred a Bahrain start, considering then if it was in Bahrain, they would have also had pre-season testing in Bahrain like they've had over the last few years. But as we don't start in Bahrain, there's no point sending these lot out all the way to Bahrain for that. So, yeah, they go into Australia with 45 minutes of practice. We don't stop the clock in practice. You are going to see spins. You are going to see mistakes. You are going to see crashes in that practice session. We've also had wet sessions for Formula 3 in the past as well around this circuit. So, you know, if that happens, then it could be even more chaotic. So it's really going to be difficult. And I think, yeah, Formula 3, we've had cars go airborne in just the 2 years it's been running. We've had cars go airborne. We've had multiple crashes, but we've also had some brilliant racing with about like 6 changes of lead in 9 laps. So we've had some great stuff. And remember, 4 DRS zones just cause craziness in Formula 3 and Formula 2 around this circuit. So yeah, most off the calendar. So I think it is a chaotic way to start, and it's going to cause a lot of drama.
A checkered flag and red flag have now been deployed as they will test that procedure once again. So the day comes to an end here as well. I'm very much looking forward to Australia. And of course, as soon as testing is done, the cars will then be sent back for a quick tune-up, and then they will all be shipped over to Australia. So we do not get a chance to stop here, not once. Omi, flags out with a red flag too, so nobody can improve their lap times. Could you please take us through the end of the day?
Absolutely. So, Nicholas Soloff ending fastest to sign up on into Privazak in 2nd place. Tim Traminitz in 3rd. And then we have Centurion in P4. Lawrence Van Hopens in 5th. Murray Boyer in 6th. Now, looking very strong is Campos and MP Motorsport, another team that is looking strong. And one of their drivers has ended the session in 7th. That's Alessandro Giusti. Then we have Bruno Del Pino directly in behind. Noah Leon for Prema, who was fastest yesterday, is in 9th. And then Gerard Shi is in 10th position. Noah Stromstead in 11th. Rafael Kamara a bit more higher up compared to yesterday. He is in 12th. And then we have Tuukka Tappinen, both Ferrari juniors together of Kamara and Tappinen. Tappinen is in 13th. James Wharton is in 14th. Brandon Badua in 15th. Matthias Agazeta in 16th. Ugo Chukwu, Macau winner, is in 17th. Christian Ho, the first driver from Singapore in this championship, in 18th. Javier Segura in 19th. And then Josh Dufek in 20th position. Roman Belinsky is ahead of Charlie Wurz. Louis Sharp, GB3 champion, finished the session in 23rd. Teofil Nile in 24th. Callum Moysen in 25th. Lecorte in 26th. He was the driver who caused the red flag earlier on. Ivan Dominguez is in 27th. And then we have Marian Engley, who returns to single-seaters after a couple of years away, in 28th. Jonas Reed isn't confirmed for this season, but he ended the season. He ended the test in 2019. He'll hope to be finishing the season if the test goes well. And then you have Santiago Ramos at the back.
Thank you, Omi. And we'll be back tomorrow for the final day of testing as well to give you all the latest news, views and opinions. A reminder as well that next week we have the Formula 2 test as well. We'll be back on for day 1 and 2 of that. Day 3, however, will be mainly recorded content because we'll be busy covering the Formula 1 opening days testing as well from Bahrain. But we're getting very close to lights out. One more day left then for Formula 3. Join us tomorrow, same times, for all the action as well. Take care. Bye-bye.